Welcome to Dave's Drama Diner. I am your host, Devious Dave Rose. And as always, let's start off the show by showing our gratitude and appreciation for all those who have chosen to spend their time with us here today. Yes, unexpected, a little early, but I'm sure people will start to filter in. I'm sure the hate watchers will be watching with bated breath. Hi, Travis. Hi. So we've got Danny MT, a lovely Ms. Cora, Sean's View Entertainment, who may have predicted CM Punk's return yet again. This time it didn't take 7 fucking years. And it probably took a lot less than when he went to AEW. So, yeah, Sean's on a fucking roll, I guess. At least his record's improving when it comes to CM Punk. But who else we got? Danny MT, the one and only fighting man himself. The one who actually knows combat as opposed to some other people. But, yeah, I was planning, actually. I've been on a fucking streak of awesomeness as of late. It's the man with 2 first names in the chat. Welcome. But yeah, Thursday and Friday were fucking gold days at work. And the last 3 days have just been fucking spectacular. And apparently, according to Skunty, who I heard just as I got home, YR was streaming. I literally heard 5 minutes of that stream, maybe. And then YR, as always, privated it. But I've got enough in my memory, because I don't have the memory of a goldfish like Skunt, nor am I a liar like Skunt, where I can bring it up straight from memory. But yeah, I heard about 5 minutes before YR privated the video. And again, I don't know why you do that, YR. You do watch my shows. You do appreciate them. They got huge replay value. And you laugh. You laugh at those I ridicule. But, yeah, I heard a few things there that I thought I'd laugh at, and I know that you would laugh at it too. But before we begin, also, Bry Guy. Welcome, Bry Guy. First and foremost, there you go. That one's for you, buddy, Skunty. Apparently can't handle his own alcohol and hates that other people can. And why not enjoy a nice cold brew after a successful and beautiful day at work? But, yeah, YR apparently, no, sorry, SC Greasy, no, the other one, the other spick, RP, Jacob RP is live right now. I don't know what the fuck he's talking about, but, you know, the sports and the, this and that, I don't know, whatever, I don't care. Again, shout out to Getty Lee's Getty Lee's Owl Nose in the chat. Speaking of Getty Lee, just as a side note here, apparently he came out with a autobiography. It's called My Frickin' Life, I think it was. And there might be some sort of performance thing where he goes and he reads his book on stage and such. I know there was something happening, I think in New York recently. So I don't know if you know about that, but shout out to the actual Getty Lee, amazing bassist. Great singer, and if you don't like his singing, then there's something wrong with you. Probably anti-Canadian. And, yeah, fucking one of the best contemporary songwriters around. So, yeah, I heard, just from the small little, as Ken calls it, snippet, shout out to Foulmouth Ken, who I actually talked to the other day. Looking forward to when he airs, because I'm assuming that he'll probably share what he's been going through. Very interesting things. And I'll let him, obviously, tell you about that, if he chooses to. But yeah, shout out to him. And I do find it comical that the haters are like, where's the show? Where's the treehouse? Where's the show, Dave? Again, the show will go when it goes. Neither of us are in a rush to try to do it half-assed. It'll be done right the first time around, and when we both have everything that we need ready to go, then we do it. It's as simple as that. Now, if you're impatient, I can't remember who it was I talked about about this the other day, about this entitled attitude of just expecting free content. And, it better not even be an hour show. It better be multiple hours, and it better be great quality. There's got to be a lot of video too. We got to see the inside of the tree house. But yeah, speaking of RP, he's doing his show right now, and he actually added me to the call. Like, I'm gonna fucking go on his fucking Skype call, which YR is on apparently, but I thought YR got rid of his Skype. Why would I go onto your shit tier show with shit tier people and fucking dirty and greasy? I did hear of that a bit. I think it was from the stream that he took down, but or YR took down. But RP and SC were going back and forth like little bitches, and I thought it was comical. Jacob RP calls SC greasy. He calls him greasy. He calls Arturo greasy, and then Arturo responds, "Well, you're dirty." I thought that was kind of comical because we've all seen the photos of his dirty feet. And we've seen the greasiness that is Arturo. So I did find that comical. But again, why am I going to be fucking even taking your call or joining it after the shit that you were saying just briefly that I heard? But it was comical enough that I can remember it. First of all, saying like he doesn't like to come on my calls and such, but he's the one who calls in, right? We already know that. So why would he call in if he doesn't? He calls it that it's like being in the principal's office. I guess meaning that you've got to have some sort of decorum. And he actually even said it's like talking to Dave is like talking to a drill sergeant. Is that bad? Is there something wrong with that? No, see, the problem is all these people, I guess, well, actually, no guesses in this. I can guarantee this is what it is. They all had extremely poor father figures. Extremely poor. It's so evident. And so many people I've talked to have said the exact same thing or agreed with my analysis of the situation is that, they certainly didn't have strong male role models in their lives, which is why they're so desperate, first of all, to try to find one. Look at how much they go for Joe Cronin or even Ken. Even RP has said a few things to me, and I quoted that the other day from the Skype message that he sent me, where it was like, I don't know, it was something, I can look it up if you really want me to, but it was just like, thank you, you're harsh but fair, and blah 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 blah. But so if I treat people normally, that's what is normal, is you hold them accountable for their bullshit and you don't mince words. That is a drill sergeant? Okay. Actually, I should have my fucking soundboard up. But yeah, honestly, I was just going to stream today just because I had a great day. Wanted to talk about all the different things going on. I know that people are celebrating Thanksgiving tomorrow in America, the real Thanksgiving. Ken, give us an okay.
Okay.
Thank you. And yeah, just talk about a few stories that are going on in the news right now. There was a supposed terrorist attack at the Canadian-U.S. border. Trudeau is still being a fucknut. Various things. I mean, yeah, I was going to talk about how beautiful the weather's been as of late. Again, maybe these Mongoloids just sit inside all day, but I love the autumn. The smells in the air, taking a walk, through the forest, the sky. Autumn is beautiful. Oh, shout out to It's the Costanza in the chat. And not to be outdone by him, it's Irish Dave. Thank you so much for joining us. So, what I did catch also was Scott and I haven't been, I did my show the other day, had fun, and just did other things. Watched the AEW pay-per-view. I thought that was wicked from front to back. And the next day I watched the Grey Cup, the 110th Grey Cup between Montreal and Winnipeg, and that was a fucking good game. To the last second of that game, that was fucking incredible. The team I wanted to win, Winnipeg did not, but I got to give it to Montreal. They deserve it. And they went through a lot of adversity, and they proved themselves to be the superior team. They trounced the Argos, my team, Toronto Argonauts, and made it to the finals. And even there, they showed that they deserved that win. So I've just been busy doing my thing. Don't even know what Scott's been doing. Don't really care. But what I did hear is Scott was really animated on this little snippet that I heard, and going on things like, say, for example, what was it? He was criticizing me for claiming that other people are emotional. He's like, no, this is just talking with passion. No, you're manic. We know that there's something seriously wrong in your head there, Scott. And you want to just pretend like it's not. And he goes back to this whole, oh, well, Dave keeps saying that he keeps bringing up that I lied about this and lied about that, but everyone lies, Dave, and I wear the cross because I repent. See, further proving how ignorant and stupid he is. You wear the cross, or at least people are supposed to wear the cross, A, when they accept Christ as their Savior, and B, that Jesus is the Son of God. That's when you can wear a cross. If you wear it because you want to look cool at some photo shoot, or you're one of these celebrities that actually worship Satan, that's blasphemous. And that's what you're doing there, scunt. Blasphemous. But you want to try to claim some sort of spiritual and moral superiority when in fact you are the bottom of the barrel when it comes to that. And it's just fucking pathetic. So he brings up also this this thing about, my family was getting attacked and stuff. Now, see, it wasn't that far back. When I called this out about him lying to being in the hospital, there was nothing close to what happened afterwards. And it's comical because, again, pussy move, because the argument that he used on YR's stream that he took down was, oh, well, all these trolls and stuff are attacking my family. I think that if I fake going to the hospital, it'll all stop because these trolls must have a heart. If they're, I claim that they're such bad people, but if I just fake being in the hospital, it'll all just stop. No, but see, we also know that he's claimed and he's stated in the past that he was trying to garner sympathy and support. Well, only a pussy would lie like that and try to get support. But we're going further, talking about the fact that the lies are replete with everything. I visited Dave, but I couldn't get in. Lie. Oh, well, I said that I was going to call Mars's family, or I was going to call Ken's Kid Schools, but I lied. But everyone lies. No, see, the thing is, again, you're forgetting the whole thou shalt not lie. Or you're conveniently choosing to ignore that. But again, you can live whatever delusion you want there, Scunty. It doesn't change the fact that you are the scunt that cried wolf pack. I said that for years. And yes, I also said that I can do this forever because I can. Meanwhile, I don't get emotional. I don't get manic. All I do is just present the truth. And I'm not trying to keep anyone like hostages, which is what he says. He says that Nikki and Mars won't criticize me or call me out on anything, because if they do, he's just going to release years and years of private messages. And say I do, what then? What would that prove? What information do I have on them that somehow is just going to turn the tables and convince them to just agree with Dave? Nikki's called into my show and straight up disagreed with me. I've called into his shows and he's like, no, I don't agree with this or that. So again, more bullshit from a fucking moron. But let's not stop there. Oh, shout out to King Meow Meow in the chat. Oh, and Casey is raw. Thank you so much. It's Steve Callan. Yes. I'm the ghost from the coast. I should really be paying more attention to the chat. Welcome and thank you for joining us. But where was I going with this one? Let me just think here. Oh, yes. Speaking of retards, Scott, again, I called out this bullshit of, well, everyone who gets fired gets a pink slip. And I said, no, that's not the case. When I've had my employment terminated, I didn't get no fucking pink slip. So you're a fucking moron, Scott. And again, he also said, refute and rebut are the same thing. No, they're not. All you got to do, and obviously this guy doesn't have a brain like mine, so he would have to look it up, but fine. Look it up on Google. What you're going to see is that a rebuttal, is an attempt to try to disprove a point. A refutation, or to refute something, is to prove that it is wrong. They are not synonyms. They are not the same. Yet again, Scott proves how stupid he is.
Pay homage to the man.
That's right. Pay homage to the man.
I love it.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that wraps it up. We hope you have it.
And he sure didn't seem to like the fact that on my last stream, I was just so joyous at my job. And, we got more to talk now, and it's coming back to me. See, this is all from my mind. I'm not reviewing, I'm not playing any clips there, cunty. So, again, this is all from my mind. So, again, he's like, oh, it's like Dave, this is Dave's first job, so this is like the way he's acting is clearly autism. You know how stupid you make yourself sound? Again, the guy that went to vocational school, I don't know if it was what Jacob RP went to. Jacob RP graduated at 20 years old. And he was telling a story once about hitting on a girl that was 17 at 20 in this school. But Scott went to what's known here as a vocational school. You see it in, say, Trailer Park Boys, if you're familiar with that. Ricky goes to vocational school. It literally is a high school for retards who either dropped out or are too stupid to graduate normally. So they go there and they're able to get their accreditation so they can leave the public school system. And this guy has never taken interest in any sort of academics in his life. Well, I went and I got all these certificates from these trade schools. That's different. That's out of fucking post-secondary, and that's obviously you getting some form of skill to help you stay employed. But again, this was a high school for retards. Never took interest in anything intellectual, nothing academic. So you cannot compare yourself to me, scunt. I graduated high school with honors. I graduated college with honors. You don't even leave the military honorably. So there's that. Got to take a drink of this beer that won't have me yelling at the top of my lungs or threatening neighbors or doing stupid things. But, one more sip. How about that? Yes, goes from the coast. Cante. Scante cante. Yes. Casey's Ross says, I accept Dave is my drama empire. Excellent. Yes. King Meow Meow says, I think these pink slips are over where he's at. Here in the States, we do not have pink slips. Termination papers. Yep. And in fact, there are some jobs that can actually provide verbal termination. Granted, you do have to get record of employment, for example, if you have to prove previous employment to either a new job, perhaps to, let's see what else. You're renting, or purchasing something of high value. But yes, termination papers is what I'm familiar with. So again, I don't know what he's referring to, but he is an idiot. And it's further explained by the fact that he actually tried to, because on my last stream I talked about the fact that Scott had said that he was unemployed because he works contract work. That's shit work. Okay, but I guess not as bad as Jacob RP, who works for cash for companies that may or may not even exist, and again, has no job stability. Scott doesn't have any job stability. And I rightfully criticize the fact that he does not have the type of pension I've got. And he's like, well, I've got CPP. CPP is the Canadian Pension Plan. It's basically Social Security in America. Okay, you get this when you retire, and you get a monthly government-controlled taxable payment to you. But compared to an RRSP, it's totally different. That's controlled, and again, provided by your company. You can get your own, obviously, but you can get it through your company. You get to choose, and you could get to choose the actual risk that's involved in what's being invested and so forth. My pension actually allows me to choose, say, companies like BlackRock. Now, BlackRock is an evil company. That's a simple fact. They're high yield, though. These are high yield. So I could make some good money. And I mean, there's a major war on the horizon. They recently said that they're forgiving people that the U.S. Army dismissed, who were fired because they wouldn't get the shot. They want them back. Well, that's certainly telling you that there is a war planned. And they're hopefully they're going to be able to pull it through. So if I invest in BlackRock, I could get some very good yields. But there's obviously moral conundrum there. But that's what I have access to. Shout out to the Weed God, Nikki J in the chat. The Weed God. So again, for Scott, the idiot, yet again, trying to make me look stupid. He just looks like an idiot. He doesn't even know the difference between the government-provided pension, which is fucking minuscule. It's garbage. Unfortunately, a lot of people living in Canada that are retired, that are getting the CPP, they can't even fucking make ends meet. What was I going to just say about the CPP? Oh, yeah, he says, I've been paying into it for like 20 years. Hey, douchebag, I'm older than you. I started working prior to you. I've been paying into my CPP a lot longer. Doesn't compare to what I've got. But you're a fucking idiot. So to try to make yourself sound smart, like, oh, I've got a pension. No, you've got government pittance that will barely keep you alive. And apparently, I can't remember who it was. Might have been Extreme Shaft or somebody, but I heard again mentioned that Scott said on somebody's stream that he could be homeless soon. And this person mentioned it, so he's like, oh, well, I guess you were watching that stream then, because I only said in that stream and stuff. Go freeze to death there, scunt. Nobody fucking cares. If your body gets found under a snowdrift, nobody's going to shed a tear. It's a simple fact. Oh, happy Thanksgiving to you too, Nikki. Casey says the unimaginable that he could beat me. He could probably beat me. He says, I'm pretty sure I can beat Dave Rose in Jeopardy. If it was just solely on video games, probably. But if it was playing video games, nah, not too much. But, yeah, again, back to the topic at hand. Scott's a fucking idiot. We all know this. And he gets all mad, like, oh, this is just pension. You don't know anything, Dave. You're autistic. No, but every time you open that fucking cocksucker of yours, scunt, you prove how fucking stupid you are. Again, pink slips, you're an idiot. Pension plans, you're a fucking idiot. And again, shout out to the 25 viewing, 26. He apparently seems to think, oh, fuck, now I'm getting distracted with the chat. I'll get my train of thought. Again, this is all from simply listening for, 5-10 minutes at most before Wire took it down. And it keeps coming back. The Goon in the chat. Shout out to the Goon, who Scott has been talking a lot of shit about. I'm drawing someone in pencil right now, and I can confirm, after seeing RP's Cronin drawing, I'm far better. I used to draw Dragon Ball Z characters by simply observing action figures. Nice. Well, I'm not going to take that away from RP. At least he does have a hobby. Speaking of hobbies and stuff, apparently I'm supposed to telegraph mine and show them. He's like, Dave doesn't even go to the gym. I got a gym at home, dude. Why would I fucking show that off or even pay for going to a gym? You're a fucking idiot. But yeah, I'll give it to RP that he does have a hobby. And you know, if he likes drawing, great. You know, why not? I like to draw. I like to paint. I like to write. I'm not gonna shit too much on that, but yeah, it is what it is. But what else was I gonna say here? King Meow Meow says, my hobby got me 500 subscribers on YouTube. Picture that. Yeah, and your hobby also is an investment where if for some rhyme or reason you say, I'm going to sell a couple of sneakers. How much money are you going to be pocketing from that? Because you have such a good eye on this shit and you know your fucking business? Probably substantial. I mean, your hobby has you already, with 20 grand basically available to you that you could probably flip for a lot more. That says a lot. But, oh yeah, and RP did say something about the whole girlfriend. First of all, he thinks that Nikki T was fake. I'm surprised that Scott didn't refute that. Again, refute, not rebut, but refute that, because before she made her Instagram private, there was quite the nice photo of her chesticles, her beautiful 36 double D breasts, in obviously modesty in top, but he saved that to his fucking phone or wherever and has put it up on previous videos that I guess are on channels that he's deleted or that were deleted. That, first of all, that's disgusting, that's obsessive, and he could easily prove that wrong. But no, he'll stay silent because he's a liar. There you go. But yeah, it's funny that that RP. Sorry, YR. I don't mean that to. I don't think you're a greasy spick. But again, it's funny. First of all, for him to be like, I don't even think that happened, and he's like, that's the last I heard of that. It's just I was on a date last month. But why am I going to be advertised? I mentioned something on Twitter, just a little joke type thing. But why would I be showing photos, trying to prove that to anybody, knowing how malicious these people are? Where if I was to reveal this, they'd fucking be all over it. No, I don't need to share that. And again, nobody of the right mind would, because you've got these freaks who are so obsessed. Again, Scott, saving photos of, Nikki T, for example, it's just fucking, it's gross and disgusting. But yeah, Jacob RP's big issue. Give me 1 second, hold on. Okay. Jacob RP's issue, he's like, well, Dave, he criticized people who go and they prove they're with women, because he criticized the people who go for women with kids already. The point I'm making is the fact that you're pathetic, Jacob. You're pathetic. You're 25 or something, whatever. You're under 30. If you were normal, and that is, I know it's, we're talking rhetorically, but if you were normal, you wouldn't have to go with the bottom of the barrel rotting fruit. You'd be able to get a single woman. But no, you go for easy prey. You go for the ones that are desperate for something. And hey, if you can get your dick wet, you're happy, right? But again, it's like somebody driving a beat-up Toyota Corolla and then driving up next to somebody who drives a fucking Rolls Royce. And then say, like, that guy, he don't know how to drive that. I bet he just rent that. Probably he stole it. I don't even know. But look at me with all the respas on my Corolla, my 92 Corolla, that I crashed on the highway during a stream. But I'm better than that. And in fact, look at the quality of my Corolla. You know, this upholstery inside on the seats is so great. But, you know, Dave with his Rolls Royce and the Corinthian leather. No, that's bullshit. That's garbage. Anyone who drives that, they're garbage. It's pathetic. It's fucking pathetic that he doesn't see this. Well, you criticize me, Dave. Because it's fucking pathetic. There's fucking Jacob. Again, you're of that age that you could easily get somebody that's single. And, because, again, don't forget that this guy was dealing with that single mother who he was the side piece to, and she had her ex or current or whatever boyfriend who we felt intimidated about. He's gonna kill me. He's gonna kill me. You could easily go for someone who is single, has no kids, i.e. no baggage, i.e. nothing that they're going to put ahead of you and treat you like the king that you think that you are, but you're no king. You're a pauper. Do you even know the definition of that word, Jacob? I mean, I wasn't even born in North America, yet I speak better English than you do. I speak better Spanish than you do. Oh, Dave, you have an accent. Yeah, living in Canada most of your life, yeah, you'll eventually get an accent when you speak your native tongue. But how is it that I have the ability to have a more ample vocabulary than you do? Yet you struggle. Fucking, ¿cómo se dice? ¿Cómo se dice? Danny fucking gets on the call and he fucking not only understands me, he responds, and I can fully understand him, and again, has better vocabulary than you do. The fucking Russian. The Russian speaks better Spanish than the Spic. What? Maybe he's visited Cuba, you know. The Russians and the Cubans, some involvement there. I've heard stories and stuff. But there was something in the 60s or something like that. I don't know. We all know that's dry wit. But, yeah, again, you're fucking pathetic there, Jacob. And bouncing around looking for this fatherly figure that you're never going to get. I mean, it's just pathetic. You're looking up to losers. That should actually be the name of your fucking docudrama. Looking up to losers. Because that seems to be your fucking life. Shout out to Danimal in the chat. Fellow Ontarian. But yeah, so RP criticizing me for calling out something that everyone has already called out anyways. But again, going for the low-hanging, rotting fruit. I mean, like, why Dave do that? It only proves to me that he's never been with a woman before. He probably a virgin. And, like, I get better pussy than he does. But you advertise it because you have this need to be affirmed and get validation. Meanwhile, I don't advertise that because I don't kiss and tell. And people have known this about me for the longest time in this fucking community. Dave does not do that. Dave is not a fucking degenerate. But you, though, well, everyone that you have on your show there, Jacob, and YR, and fucking, who else? I guess so those are the only two that are fucking streaming. You're all a bunch of fucking retrograde fucking degenerates. Like, I'm trying to think of other words that would be more malicious. And it's funny, though, also fucking, you had Mr. Malicious himself, S.C. Arturo, on that call. But I do find it quite comical that when I bring up a valid point, you've got Jacob RP getting emotional. It's fucking pathetic. King Meow Meow says, they always have proof and vindication. Fuck out of here with that insecure shit. There we go. He says it right. It's like, do you want a Honda or do you want a Ferrari? It's fucking on point, man. On fucking point. And then King Meow Meow's like, he'll like, nah. King Meow Meow, why do I want a Ferrari, a beautiful custom-made, handmade vehicle that was imported from Italy? Why would I want that when I can get these fucking Honda? You know, it's great. Like I can I can lower it. I can take out the back seat and put in a bunch of subwoofer. I can put running light on there. I could put like a spoiler that's 10 times the size of the fucking car. And people will flock to me. No, people flock to the circus to laugh. That's exactly why they would do the same thing to you there. RP. We got Darth Bullsy in the chat. He says, about the single mama stuff, I am honestly not against dating single mamas. Okay, but again, what I'm saying is factually correct. You're dating someone who is bottom of the barrel, who has baggage, who puts her kids first. Simple fact. She'll put her kids first in front of everything else. And again, many times these individuals will, again, just be looking for a side piece or something, something to have fun with. And then you have Jacob RP who thought, she's the one. And then her current boyfriend, I guess, what he called an ex, but he comes back into the picture and he's all scared, because that's how the Spanish say it, scared. They always add an E in front of words, or words that start with an S. He was scared, and this guy, he looked tough, and it's just like, you fucking douchebag. Oh, but Dave Rose, he wear glasses. He must be a pussy. I'm sure he don't know how to fight or anything like that, because I never heard him talk about it. And we all know that everyone just is honest about everything. It's not like people try to use things against others in this community when you're just honest and stuff. But like, Dave, he no talk about that. He's older than me. He's twice my age. He could be my daddy. But no, your daddy left long ago. But, yeah, bottom line is that why would anybody fucking advertise this unless they're fucking insecure? Have something to prove, or at least try to convince. See, again, using the Scott example, I guess, what RP does is he rebuts. What I do is I refute. I prove it wrong. But you got all these fucking payasos and fucking pederasts. Hey, that's the name of your next fucking stream there, Jacob. Payasos and pederasts. That's what you are, Scott. Again, she was a minor. Doesn't matter. It's legal. Could she vote? No. In Canada, by the way, at 18, you become a legal adult. You can vote. You can buy lottery tickets. That's basically as much as they'll let you do. Unless you're in Quebec, and then you can drink and fucking gamble and do all other sorts of things. But basically, you got to wait till 19 so you can drink here in Canada. So again, it was legal. Sure, okay, cool. Well, not really cool, but okay, fine. She was legal. Okay, nobody said she wasn't legal. But the fact is, she wasn't legally an adult. She was a minor. That is what the law sees it as. You can't vote. You're not an adult. Therefore, what if you're not an adult, then what are you? You're a minor. So Scott fucked a minor, and he's unrepentant of it. So, again, when I call you a pederast, it is factually correct. Shout out to the 29 viewing. But yes, that is factually correct. You try to justify it, even with Blue Collar Vet and that other guy on that call. The same call, he's like, you never heard of a lie before? Again, when you try to normalize lying, it's quite disgusting and pathetic. It shows that basically is your MO, your modus operandi. By the way, you don't speak Latin, so I wouldn't expect you to know, but that is the case there, scunt. Oh, so fucking pathetic there, scuntard. Shout out to Latino Heat, who, again, apparently through his words alone has angered these people. Well, what was Scott saying? All these people support Dave and they just go along with his lies and like they just support him and blah blah blah. And they mentioned you and then you got the greasy spicks, the half-breed mutts, and they're like, oh, we don't like Latino. He just make him feel so insecure, We got somebody who actually can talk normal, but we got no job security. I work a job where I get paid cash, and I got no patience, man. I got a small dick, man. I got a small dick. So, yeah, they said some shit about you, Latino hate. But I guess they always will. Your words alone. If you were really just irrelevant and inconsequential, why would they even bring you up? But because I guess you struck a nerve at some point, somehow, well, Latino feet. Oh, look at me. Look, I sure got one on him, eh? I changed feet. Heat to feet because it rhyme. Oh, it's so comical. Look at me. I'm the next George Lopez. Yes. I got a small dick, man. I got a small dick. What does Latino heat say? Talking to Bullseye. Oh, okay. Here we go. There's a difference between dating single mothers and being their babysitter. I forgot about that. Well, they go fuck a real man in hopes of maybe getting something. Got you there. See, the superior Spanish one got you there. You must feel so bad. Yeah. ¿Cómo se siente perder tanto? There we go. It's a rough translation of how does it feel to lose so badly for our Spanish audience. But yeah, that you can use that Latino heat from now on, if you wish. King Meow Meow says, only real niggas don't advertise their relationship. Do we really? I mean, like, how can I put this? Do I have to speak like King Meow Meow so that these points are understood? Because he understood me perfectly fine. Okay, I don't act like Scott does in Talk Street, right? I walked through Compton with both blue and red handkerchiefs in my pockets, and everyone was just bowing down to me, man. But yeah, that's the fucking truth. Real men don't advertise this shit. Honestly, it's disgusting. I don't want to know about it. But when you think that there's some sort of competition and you want to compare, there's gonna be no fucking comparison. Oh. Ladies and gentlemen, my fucking fuck off phone. Ladies and gentlemen, the one and only triggerer by his words alone, Latino Heat.
Did Skunty mention that I had asked whether or not his sister got rejuvenation surgery or therapy on her vagina?
That's probably why he's so fucking mad. What are you talking about? It's my sister, man. Okay. It's coming together now. So what's up?
Nothing. I love that I can trigger them. I mean, the whole thing about renting space in their heads. They're fucking idiots. And the stupid little Latino feet comments, like, it really gonna upset me. It doesn't upset me. It doesn't even fucking register at all when they say that shit. Don't bother me. My name is not fucking Latino Heat. Idiots.
No, but we said Latino feet. Fine, it's not Latino feet either. And what now? Well, I ran out of jokes. I don't know what else to use on this guy. He's not affected by the words, but his words, they hurt me.
I'm not affected at all. I mean, yeah. And the whole thing with, is he still claiming, as far as RP is concerned, that he's still claiming that he actually has a job? Because if he does,
he's
a bartender.
Yeah.
Why are you?
Well, SC Steve, hold on. Greasy Arturo basically said, yeah, and you're probably going to get fired or quit from it. I think he said you only get paid cash. But yeah, I'll give it to Arturo. He did call him out on his fucking shitty job.
Well, how can he be on what would be one of the busiest days, the weekend, Friday or Saturday, on your fucking show?
That was a good point. I can't remember if you made it on my last show, but it just like, I remember just thinking back on that. I was like, that's a really good fucking point. Like the one of the busiest nights of the week to be a bartender and he's not working? What do you only do, bar mitzvahs and shit?
What's that video game that people, I don't know if they still play it, but a number of years ago, I think it was Second Life or some shit like that, where
yes, that was a game.
And that you had jobs and shit, whether it was in the porn industry or whatever. Well, that's probably where he's a bartender. He's probably a bartender in that game.
That's funny.
That's probably where bartender.
But it's too intellectual for these people to get. And plus, we date ourselves because we are aware of this stuff. Meanwhile, people like RP think the world only started when he was born. It's so fucking pathetic. It's like,
And Stunty, by the way,
again, like, sorry, let me just quickly add. For him to say that he's got more action than Ken is fucking hilarious. Or other people that are older than him, literally old enough to be his dad. He's saying that he's got more action than them. I mean, that's Scott level delusion, dude.
I'm going to tell you why he says that. I guarantee you, I know the fucking reason why he says that. Because he looks at Ken now and he sees that he's a big dude, and his mind, he thinks to himself, big dudes don't get a lot of pussy. Ken wasn't always a fucking big dude, dumbass. You're seeming not to understand that. People, as they get older, sometimes change in their body. So what
they
that
skipped that phys ed class, apparently.
But don't sleep on Ken, because I can tell you right now, with his attitude and the way he deals with people and talks to people, and as funny as he is, I guarantee chicks were gravitating towards him more than fucking Rosie could ever get, even at RuPaul's fucking nightclub. So he doesn't. I don't know what the fuck he's talking about, especially with them dirty feet that he has too. You know that motherfucker probably, when he goes to the club, if he hooks up with a chick, even if she's drunk, we'll still see them dirty feet. And she'll be running out of the fucking grandmother's apartment.
Yeah, he walks around like Bilbo Baggins with those feet.
I couldn't believe the way he looked in that picture, where he was just like, fuck it. He had a I don't give a fuck face.
Did you see the one where he took a photo? Well, it was from a stream, I believe, but like he was holding the phone down by, I guess, his crotch area, pointing upwards, and you could see those fucking those man titties.
Yeah,
I must have shown that at some point. I'm trying to find it in my images here, but yeah. And then he wasn't too pleased about that because. Again, he's trying to criticize other people like, Ken, you're fat. First of all, I'm sure that Ken has never heard that one before. But then again, you're the one who could probably fucking have, what? I'd probably say those are at least a C cup. So that's
it's just hilarious.
Gross.
It's hilarious how he can have a narcissistic fucking frame of mind about himself. You know, the way he is about himself. When there is no fucking reason for him to be narcissistic.
There's nothing to claim. Look, but I got a single mother. I got my dick wet. It's just like, that is not the victory. That is not the W, if I'm going to talk like the kids do. That is not the W that you think it is.
I've been with single women or mothers, but not fucking hooking up with them at a club because all they're looking for is the next dick they can get their hands on.
But again, you hooked up with them knowing what it involved, what it entailed.
And it was never in a club.
Yeah. So clearly they were probably much more stable than the ones that that Jacob is trying to target.
They had a job. They had a fucking life. They didn't have no fucking drama about their ex or the father of their kids. Nothing like that. Where this motherfucker... When he told us that one story about the guy showing up and he basically put his dick between his ass and walked out because the guy showed up to fuck the woman that he was so in love with. So yeah, please, these motherfuckers need to just quit. They really do. They just need to stop. RP needs to fucking grow up. Scunty needs to fucking go get checked into some kind of facility.
No, I think at this point Scott should just get euthanized. That would just be, if he wants to do something for society, that would, and euthanasia is now not only legal here in Canada, it's covered by the government, so he could easily get that done. And it's what's fucky is the fact that you don't even have to have a terminal disease. If you feel depressed, they're more than willing to offer it to you. It's disgusting. But in this case, I guess, it'll work for everyone. So, I say euthanize yourself, Scott. You'll do a service to the world.
Trudeau won't allow it. He needs people like that to support him, to vote him back in.
Yeah, I mean, Scott is the type of guy to eat fake meat and almond milk. So, that's exactly the type of voter that that Trudeau needs.
Hey, I would have put it past. He put blackface on himself. I can see Scunty doing that.
Yep, actually, he probably would. He probably would. And don't forget is that this guy he's basically said, oh, King Meow Meow, Real Talk, Jay Diz, you're all black, but you somehow agree with Dave. What do you mean somehow? I make points, they agree, that's it. No, so you're an Uncle Tom. You're a fucking sellout. You are, and I could go on and on with the racial epithets, but we don't need the video struck.
The shit is, he thinks he's black. On occasion, he's done those fucking videos where he has like rap music.
Oh my God! Again, stop culturally appropriating their scunt. I mean, you're not black. You're not cool, and you're not cool when you pretend to be black. So stop it.
And really bad rap. It's like, who the fuck is this motherfucker he's listening to?
That's true.
It's like, is that the Britney Spears of rap? Because holy fuck, man.
Damn, that's
Christ
ouch.
almighty. And then, you know, because we do know he's delusional, like his Stone Cold fucking Steve Austin phase where he had that pleather vest and then wearing those fucking sunglasses. Remember that shit?
Oh, that's right. He also doesn't buy real leather. That is so fucking stupid.
I couldn't stop laughing when I saw him, and then he had that fucking video where he was like trying to flex and shit with the fucking Stone Cold fake ass vest. Oh God, that was awesome. He's such a fucking dumbass. I swear. And the whole bullshit about seasonal job, that's why I got laid off. Fuck you. No, you didn't. You probably were messing with that girl that worked at Crane that you kept leaving notes, and she probably was like, this shit's getting too creepy. I don't feel safe. I think he's going to try to rape me at some point. That's probably what the fuck happened.
Well, it certainly sounds in line with reality. But regardless, the fact is he'll try to claim that he's got better employment than I do, more stability, job stability than I do. And then, I don't know if you heard, but I was talking about how I heard this clip where he was saying, Dave doesn't even know the difference. Like, he doesn't know about pension plans, man. Like, I've been paying 20 years into CPP. Who the fuck? Hold on. My phone's activating, which means that my computer Skype is going to activate. What the fuck? Why the fuck is this Skype being fucking retarded? So right now my phone has a blank screen, but it's ringing. And somebody's trying to call in. LL. I don't know who the fuck that is. Okay, let's decline that, because if you're not calling my fucking main line... I don't even know.
Maybe again, it's an RPL, you know, what's the fucking word? Alias. That RP's trying to get through so he can go ahead and try to fight back.
I doubt it. Also, that reminds me is that he did mention something about, what was it? Something along the lines where he's like, yeah, when people are talking about you on a show and you can't call in, it's just like, I don't know. It's just like, that's just reality. It's just, what if you've got a circle of friends and some of them don't like you and, you got a circle of friends and they know people that don't like you and they'll talk about you. Or they talk about you just like YR does on private Skype calls. It's just like, okay, well, that's just reality. People are going to fucking talk. And like Scott, for example, is like, oh, they can't talk about me, Mom, without me knowing. I need to know everything, Mom. The fuck.
And he does, because he listens to every show there is.
Yep.
He listens. And he admitted the last show you did. He's like, that's right, I do listen.
I think it was somebody from I think it was somebody from what's it called? From RP's stream that called me. I don't see anything else right now of anyone who tried to call me, but yeah, that was weird. Regardless, if you want to join the call, call me directly, and I can add you in if you got the guts. Go ahead.
RP needs to understand one thing. When you have somebody that you're already talking to, or a couple of people, and he's calling in and he wants to, have you pick up, and you don't, there's either one of two things that's going on there, Rosie. It's either Dave just doesn't find you interesting enough to go ahead and add you to the call because he knows you'll just ruin everything and you'll ruin the vibe, you'll ruin the mood.
True
so why would he ever want to do that? Or he just doesn't give a fuck and doesn't want to fucking deal with you in general. But I'd go with number one, because more often than not, when you call in, I've seen the chat where they're like, oh God, it's RP. oh, here we go again, or get rid of this fuck. And there's a reason for that. Because you're bland, you're fucking stupid, you're full of shit, you're annoying. They don't
I got to
agree.
jump in here. I got to
used
jump
to
here.
call a lot.
I got to jump in here. I don't know if I talked about this the other day, but I did hear on a stream that RP was saying about his community or whatever, what he's trying to form. He's like, we know about politics. That one had me fucking like choking and laughing. Like now, because the fact is, it's the dumbest shit. It's like thinking that Scott knows about politics. I said that Scott smartened up and he's like, yeah, Trudeau's doing all these things that are harming the country. Yeah, and that's why I called him a traitor, and that's why I have the knowledge to be able to do so, because I know politics. I mean, after all these years, really, nigga, it's so difficult to say, Dave Rosie's stupid. When I was on Joe Cronin's show, I constantly wanted to talk about politics. And I clearly knew more than everyone else there. It's something that, again, maybe while he was in vocational high school, I was fucking, reading the newspaper and fucking discussing it with my peers or watching documentaries and news reports to know this stuff because I wanted to know. And as such, that age difference can add a lot of time to learning. But Dave Rose, he don't know nothing. I know more than him. I was born in America. I don't even know who my state senator is. But Dave Rose, how did Dave Rose know that?
When I got into politics is when Ronald Reagan got his second term. That's when I got into politics.
That was 84.
And, yeah. And the thing was, to me, that
82.
The fucking, just the way he came back from everything that happened to him and getting shot and all that shit, I was like, this motherfucker has no quit in him. He has an agenda. He got voted in. He's going to do everything he can to keep his promises. And he did. He did everything he could. And he is, I don't give a shit what anybody says, one of the most beloved presidents we've ever had in our history. Ronald Reagan.
He is. I will criticize him on a lot. But
Well,
again, I'm aware of what he's done. I just won't go with, I heard somebody say on the internet that he's bad, so Reagan bad. Or I heard this conservative on a radio show say he's good, so Reagan good. I can actually discuss his policies, domestic and foreign. Oh, but Dave Rose doesn't know politics, right? We know more politics at Jacob RP's show than fucking all those people combined. This is the actual mentality they have. They're so fucking clueless.
You know what politics is to RP? Politics to him is competition. One is Ken
Yep.
and Joe going to get back together and do the show again. That's his version of fucking politics.
At this point, I use competition as a word for everything. Hey, I would like some competition. Sir, this is a Wendy's. That's what I said. That nice competition there, the one that's waiting there, the double stack with the cheese, that's the competition I want. Okay, sir, here's your fucking burger. I call it competition. At this point, that's what it is. The guy has no idea what it is.
He has no idea of anything. And
Apparently, he knows politics.
Is he 22 now? Do we know what the fuck his age
I can't remember his exact. He's under 30. He's in his 20s. I think he's 25. But
let's say, fuck it. Let's say he's 25.
Let's just, yeah.
I'm sorry, but when I was 22 years of age, I fucking was running my own business. At 22 years of age, I was making money. I had women working under me. And no, I wasn't a fucking pimp and they were my whores. I had a home health business. Okay? I had my own fucking RN so she could dispense meds so I could go ahead and charge for that through Medicaid, all that shit. I had a plan. This motherfucker doesn't even know if he's coming or going or what the fuck his future even holds for him.
Well, he accepts cash, so apparently that's good. Meanwhile, that's fiat currency, and how long is that going to last? But regardless, he somehow thinks that going from gig to gig is a stable thing. It's something that all these women, even single mothers would look at it and be like, that's not very stable. I'm looking, and a lot of them do. It's like, I'm looking for something stable. I want to settle down. So, like, you better have a good job. I'm a 10 out of 10. But, yeah.
He needs to be making money. He needs to be making money because you know that saying, looks fade? Well, that shit's already starting to happen with him. So.
Well,
he better
that
start
happens early with
Yep.
women, so.
No, I'm saying him. He's
That's
a-
what I'm saying him too. That was a joke.
Oh,
There we go. See, now you get it.
you're referring to him as a woman. Well,
Yes.
we know that. But
See, so I was trying to do a 1-2. As
But-
Spartan King of Texas says, slip the jab. Right, Spartan?
yeah, you better.
He'd be
start
like,
making
Dave,
money,
you
not-
son of a bitch.
And I don't mean running fentanyl from the border either. Okay, because you're stupid enough to do something like that. I would have fucking put it past him. It's easy money, man. I could see him fucking running fentanyl. That fuck.
Yeah,
Him and
actually.
Keith has his switched his driver. Like when he gets tired, Keith LaBarbera will fucking take over.
Okay, so who's calling me? Yes, it is fucking. I think it is. Yeah, it is their fucking. I'm just gonna leave this fucking
Art,
call.
is it
Oh,
RP
fuck!
calling so he can.
It wasn't them. It was Junebug. At least that's what my phone said. I'm gonna fucking break this phone in half.
You want to
I'm
reboot
fucking
it real
get
quick or
real.
no?
No, I think no. You know what? I think what it is that he was calling their call. So I'm just gonna fucking remove myself. I see some pictures of the. I mean, should I even show these pictures of the Joe Cronin? No, I'm not gonna show his photos. He's been using paper plates to draw. Is it Stone Cold? I think that's one. Spider-Man, Tobey Maguire. I'll give him this. His little signature is not too bad, but take out the 6 from on top of the your R because you have too many 6s and you're a Satanist. Randy Orton and Joe Cronin looks fucking retarded. Terrible fucking Cronin fucking image. You know what? Fuck it. I'll save this one. I'll save this one just so you guys can see it. And I'm being honest. I'm showing you the worst ones. In fact, I'll grab one of the better ones so that you can see that he's not totally retarded. I think the Randy Orton one might be the best one. Yeah, that is the best one. So I'll show you the difference, people, so that you know that you can see how good and bad this guy is at what he does. And I'm shitting on URP. I'm not shitting on the hobby itself. Like I said earlier, I got to commend you for that. I like to draw. If it makes you happy, even my ridicule of you should not have any fucking bearing whatsoever on a hobby. Oh, God. I just need to leave this fucking call.
Do it already.
There we go. Confirm.
Otherwise, it's gonna go insane. Let me.
It's
You're gonna keep trying to.
Well,
get
it's
the hell out.
okay. No, hold on. But that's the thing. I'm on my computer. I'm not fucking taking a call on my fucking phone. Shut the fuck up, phone. See, I don't know why it does this. Sometimes the fucking Skype cooperates, doesn't even ring on the phone. Sometimes it does. Let's close that. There we go. And no more calls. Clear that. I'm out of that fucking call, so that should not happen again. That was Junebug calling into their call. But
While you're doing that, let me ask you.
yeah.
When
No, it's done. It's
were getting-
thankfully done. You talk now. I'm gonna put these pictures into OBS, but you talk.
when you got out of high school, did you have a game plan as far as what you were looking to get into next?
Oh yeah,
What's
I'd been doing that since basically
Straight out of high school, or a couple of years after the fact?
No, as in like as soon as I got into like the year after I got into high school, let's say.
Okay.
Or
Because that's normal. Usually, it's a good thing for you to take at least a year to 2 year break before you go and do anything. Like for me, I think it's a good idea.
No, I'm not talking.
To-
Okay, no, I don't understand the question. I thought you said, like, did I get into high school and immediately think what my game plan was as soon as I was fucking released from?
When you were getting ready to get out of high school.
So basically, the year I graduate, right? Time's ticking down. I know high school's over. Is that the stance? I know high school's over.
Yeah.
As soon as I get that fucking piece of paper, what is exactly that you're saying? Like
That did you take a break before you decided your next move, or you knew what the fuck you were gonna do and you went straight into it?
I basically just continued. I continued getting work experience and getting paid for it while working in my field.
Okay. Like with
So-
myself, when I graduated, I took a year to figure out what I want to do because there was a number of things I was thinking about. I was thinking about I wanted to be a history teacher. I was thinking I wanted to go into law enforcement like my father did as a living. And I got within that year, I got some, have some sort of ideas of what I want to do. And then I looked at financial success. What can I get into that when I'm done, I'm going to start making money right off the bat? And that's when I went into doing the medical field work because I figured that was the most secure, and especially where I live, there's a lot of old fucks, near-death experiences, I like to call them, that I knew the money was there, and it still is to this day. That is, to me, in this state, the number one field that you could be in is the medical field. You will make money. You will always have job security. You have to be the dumbest fuck or kill somebody to not be able to work in this field,
No,
in the medical field.
I don't know. Some of these people that take care of the elderly in their care homes beat the shit out of them. We've seen this shit. They fucking literal
agree, yes.
migrants and shit. No, the medical field is full of fucking compromise towards quality. The Hippocratic Oath no longer stands. So apparently it's clearly coming from another Skype. They added me to you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to fucking...
Wow, they're adding you?
No. See, this is, again, it's the same call. They just added me back.
That's what I'm saying. That they added you back without even your fucking consent. They're motherfuckers, I swear. They're doing that to fuck with you then.
Of course they are. But you know what? Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to literally take out the battery in my phone. How about that? I'm just going to...
Or you could just turn off the phone.
Actually, you know what? I could just fucking...
I wouldn't even
What's that?
turn it off. Just turn off the phone.
Yeah, but taking out the battery is more dramatic. Is it not? Is it more to the... Again, not to the point, so succinctly?
I think it's a little excessive to put that much effort into just getting rid of them.
Sounds cool.
It'll make you feel probably...
All right, you know what I'll do? I'll
respectful.
just fucking... Hold on. I'll go to... Because this is just on the phone. But I'll just go to the fucking Skype app and I'll
I
stop
didn't think
it.
you could do that if you leave the conversation. That
No,
they
they can...
add you back.
Yeah, or they can make a new chat and then add you to that one. So, but disable. Well, force stop. Let's do force stop first. Oh, it might not work. That's the plan there, Skype. So let me just do this here. Please continue without any interruptions this time. Interruption-free competition.
The statement that you made is correct, because when I went through my clinicals, I worked at a nursing home, and there was an issue in which there was a woman I was taking care of, and her regular nurse that worked there, or certified nurse's aide, she was doing shit unbeknownst to me. And one day I came in, and I saw that she was force-feeding her. And I mean force-feeding her, like jamming the fucking spoon into her mouth. She didn't want to open her mouth. She didn't want to eat. And I told her to get the fuck out. And me being a student, I said that to her. I said, you need to get the fuck out, or I'm going to go ahead and report you because this is my patient while I'm doing my clinicals. So get the fuck out of here. And she shot me this look like, who the fuck are you? You're just a student. And she left. And one of my classmates came in who's Spanish also. And I was talking to her in Spanish. And I was like, you won't believe the shit that I saw. The old woman responded. Like, she laughed because I said some shit. And she laughed. And I was like, do you understand Spanish? And she said, yeah. I said, oh, what a fucking break. And I go, does this woman do this to you all the time? Does she abuse you or whatever? She said, yes. I said, that's all I fucking need to know. I went to the head nurse. I said, listen, this patient that you have me assigned to told me that the nurse that's usually in there, to feed her or whatever, has been abusing her for some time now. And she's like, well, what do you want me to do about it? And I go, excuse me? What do you mean, what the fuck do I want you to do about it? Your job. Either discipline her or fire her ass. And she didn't want to do shit. So I was like, all right, fuck it. I didn't even go to my teacher and discuss what my plan was. I went around everybody and I went to the woman's hospice caretaker. Or, was it hospice? Yeah, hospice. And I said to her, listen, I don't know if you know what's going on. I know it's your job to make sure that, once she's going to pass, that she does so peacefully and that she doesn't have any issues or whatever. But I need to let you know that this nurse is going ahead and doing blah, 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 blah. She said, really? And I said, yep. That fucking woman not only lost her license to practice as a certified nurse's aide or anything for that matter.
Yeah, like I said,
she was also.
It's money. This is the thing, though. I had morals when I graduated, so it's not like, and I'm not saying you didn't. The point is that there's so many jobs out there that you can look at and say, yeah, that'd be quick money. And like we were talking about the whole, what was it, dealing meth or whatever for RP? But yeah, basically, this is a real life thing. Advice that you're not going to get from these fucking psychopath, inexperienced losers. But somebody like Sergeant Dave Rose, or the principal, as RP called me. Because again, you can make easy money in many different ways. It's not difficult, but if you have morals, are you willing to compromise them for it? So,
which we know he is.
I don't think he has morals. So,
well, I'm saying he'll compromise them if he had them. So, but no, he don't have no fucking morals. He doesn't have anything. He doesn't. But he is like a fucking male version. Excuse me for any blonde females out there. He's like the male version of a fucking blonde chick.
He is. I'll agree with that. He is. But you were talking about the guy needs to make money, and
well, if you want to be dripping in pussy like he says he is, because his looks ain't fucking there no more, like he seems to think they are.
The guy could go work for a drilling company. He could work, I don't know, construction. Anything physical. Let's just say something physical that pays well. He could be he could be a truck driver. He could get his AZ and DZ licenses,
Dave,
and make good money.
That motherfucker.
What?
He waxes his fucking eyebrows. That motherfucker doesn't know a day in his life of fucking doing physical work.
Well, that's the point I'm trying to make. Is that again? That's the point I'm trying to make. Is that he doesn't know. Again, so apparently he's 29, according to Danny. That's kind of concerning now. I'd expect this sort of attitude and misplaced confidence.
Wow. He's got to be 30.
Maybe 25, 23. I didn't think he was 30. Did they have me do another one? I thought I stopped this. They don't like that talk. Okay, you know what? Here's what I'm going to do. See, this is why I told you. Let's do it live on air. There goes the battery. Okay, so done. You guys can't do shit now. But yeah. And there it pops up on my computer. See, I don't understand why it's the phone. I put myself on, I don't know, the status of do not disturb on my computer, and my phone will still, for some reason, make it look like I'm online. But yeah, so apparently they got hurt. They're obviously listening, which is great because I'm not even thinking about them. Well, not thinking that they're streaming. I'm certainly discussing them right now. But yeah, so we're talking about high-paying jobs, to have some sort of knowledge in these sorts of things, and you started off by saying that this guy needs to make money, and I made the witty point, which was here's a bunch of jobs, Latino Heat. That he could do to make good money. And you're like, no, he can't. He can't even, he doesn't know a day in his life of hard work. And I'm basically saying, yes, exactly. Again, manly jobs that pay well, he won't be able to qualify. But I sit behind the bar and I'm dressed up so nice and so fly and look at my haircut and look at my eyebrows. But I mean, Dave, you jealous of me. Latino feet, you're jealous of me because, and yes, I sound like Rosie Perez because that's what the RP stands for. Hello, but like gotta suck my cheeks. But you don't know hard work. Like, don't you know how hard it is to be denied every time when I try to hit on somebody who gets a drink? That's hard work. Okay, you know what I'm saying, Latino feet? It's hard work for me to get rejected so often while I give these drinks out. But like I keep doing it, $10 the hour, cash under the table. That's great money, man.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sorry, but that motherfucker, yeah, I had the perfect job for him, and it's not, from what I understand from some people that I've known that have done it, be a garbage man. You can make good money.
Yeah, very good money.
They have pensions.
Oh, they've got major job security.
Medical.
Major job security, especially since they very often get these government contracts. And I must acknowledge now, people, we did get a donation. So I'm going to read it out, provide a link, not a link, a image, or an image, for said donation. I always try to associate it with somewhat relative points. But yes, my nigga. We got King Meow Meow himself, who sent a donation that says, "It's pre-Turkey Day. Thank you, Dave, for giving me something to listen to while working. Much love, my nigga." There we go. Very much appreciated, good sir. I hope you have a very, very happy, healthy, and prosperous Thanksgiving. Prosperous in regards to the propensity of food that you might consume. I should show photos of my Thanksgiving, which I baked and cooked and so forth. The spread was fucking good, but it was so amazing. Like, honestly, I thought about the meal the next day and I got happy. It just filled me with so much joy, just remembering the joy I had consuming it. It was so delicious. All the flavors, everything came out so well. And, it looked good too, You gotta admire the spread, Gotta be done right. But
this year I'm doing something simple. I don't want to do a giant turkey and have leftovers. Doing Cornish game hens. That's what I'm doing.
I do that often. Not often. I do that on occasion. I do like turkey though, but I do. Cornish hens are great. I like them during Christmas. Very easy to handle. I learned this recipe that stuffs them with rice and other stuff, and they're manageable. You know what you're getting. Yeah, it's affordable. Well, sort of. I don't know the prices you're paying for Cornish hens these days, but I think last year was very pricey up here.
Oh, they were bad last year. No, this year, not too bad.
Now, I want to address, again, I brought it up a while ago, but again, we get delayed from time to time. The photos of the drawings that Jacob RP made on paper plates. So, you have a comparison between the two. Goon says, the Randy Orton is impressive, RP. Again, that's what I said. That was the best one he made, and that's why I chose it. And I think the worst one, and I don't think he put the same amount of effort that he did in the Orton as he did with the Cronin. You could see that.
Well, I don't know. I mean, Cronin kind of looks like his head's like sideways in real life. So.
No, if you look in, I can send you the image. If you zoom in, you see it's a really, really bad proportion-wise. Just it's horrid. But you can see that he can draw better. So.
He did the detached mustache like Cronin has, so I mean,
Just because it has features of it, I mean, this looks like a fucking Picasso to me. Not because it's good, but because the face is so warped and so inaccurate.
All he needed to do was have a wall behind him with a fucking hole in it from when he waffled the fucking wall.
He can't draw. Come on, he can't draw perspective. He won't be able to convey that message because be like, what's that black spot behind him? That's a hole, man. That's the hole that he punched through the wall when he got mad. Well, it looks like a black spot to me. Damn it, I can't draw good enough. I gotta keep trying. You do have to keep trying. Practice makes perfect. If you like your hobby, keep doing it. Again, even if I rightfully criticize you on many other things there, Jacob, Rosy Perez, if drawing makes you happy and that's your hobby, you do it. You clearly are better drawing than it is when it comes to discussing things or debating, which, again, I heard from that snippet, as Ken says, of... oh, fuck, now I lost my train of thought. It was what...
That he was politics, about him and knowing politics.
No, it was something else. It doesn't matter. It'll probably come back to me. But it was just criticism of Scott and him being so stupid. But and Jacob RP as well. But yeah, so if you like your hobby and you have fun doing it, yeah. Oh, I just almost had it again. Fuck. I'm getting distracted. But yeah, basically, you like your hobby, keep doing it. You'll get better, obviously. And despite the fact that I do criticize you on appropriate things, and you look bad. I don't make you look bad. You make yourself look bad. I just sort of point people's heads in that direction, and they see the accidents. So don't
you just point it out.
Don't hate.
So that's right. But yeah, RP, I mean, hey, if you ever take anything of what I say to your benefit, look into do sanitation work. I'm telling you. You could get a fucking new computer within 6 months.
He's not built for it, though. That's the thing. That's why I thought your point was quite prevalent, is the fact that...
No, it's not as hard as the shit you were mentioning, like construction work and stuff.
Are you kidding me? To walk through a fucking sewer and have to deal with that shit? It's the idea would fucking make him vomit. The smell, if he got exposed to it. The idea...
He's too like a flower to fucking get dirty.
You're giving him too much credit. No. The fact is that he would not... He doesn't want to do hard labor. He wants to look good. He wants to buff his nails. He wants to just be sitting on his ass while he, happy hour there at the bar is failing miserably because the owner is a fucking idiot. But that he wants to hit on women that are trying to buy drinks. That's what he wants to do.
You know what he needs to do if he's so into that? If he thinks he's going to find himself someone to take care of him, why don't the fuck you go to South Beach, Miami and find yourself geezers and just try to find yourself a 90-year-old that's about to kick the bucket that might actually find you to be charming and attractive. Try your luck like doing that. Hitchhike your way, suck your way into, to Miami. That's all I can tell you.
Okay.
If that's what you think you got going for you in your life, that you're going to live off of a fucking woman and leech off them, that's your best prospects.
Okay,
Go to South Beach
before you... Hold on. Give me a second to just quickly jump in. Just got a donation, so I got to find the appropriate graphic to represent it. Very, very grateful for this donation. But I want to put something up on, instead of these drawings. Again, We can talk about those later, but I said that we were going to talk about both the good and bad. But this video, this thumbnail made by the Goon is portraying YR as a skinwalker in his natural habitat. So while I put this on the screen there, I will continue to get the appropriate GIF. This deserves a different GIF from my normal ones. But
You sure it's real, or is it an actual, somebody actually took a picture of his true self? I don't know. It seems like it really looks like him.
rumor has it that that camera was just found on a hiking trail. Nobody knows who it belonged to, but that's literally the only photo on it, and that's what was captured. So a very scary thing. And again, if you're down in the heartland of Texas, you better be careful for these beings because they do exist. This is just one of many photographic pieces of evidence that prove this. Some of them even go on YouTube. Scary shit, guys. So
And apparently they have some sort of level of intellect because YR speaks on his streams. So
they're not brutes. They're certainly not brutes. They're not without language. And again, just like skinwalkers, they can disguise themselves in human form. This is known. They can disguise themselves in human form and try to convince people and puppet master them into being lured into a cave. And then that's the last we ever hear about them. So
I think Dr. Earl took that picture, though. We'll have to, if we ever hear from him again, ask when they hooked up and they each other in real life. If that was a picture he took.
That could have been. Yeah, it could have been.
I mean, God, it looks just like him.
So keep talking. I just got to find this fucking final image.
But I mean, like I said, if he's really thinking that's how he's gonna live the rest of his life, trying to hook up with women and find a sucker that's gonna basically take care of him, because that fuck, from what he said, he can't even hold a job. So it's like, what are you gonna do? Live off the government? Which he probably would, without any qualms. But your only other option, like I said, you're gonna have to find someone stupid enough to take care of you, make you their little cabana boy or whatever the fuck. And your best shot is old hags. They got money. They're lonely. They're bored.
All right, so here's the donation. Shout out to Darth Bullsey, who says, as the most powerful man in the world, I am happy to give $50 to Dave. Also, as the most cut man in the world, I'm also happy to inform that RP, YR, and Scott don't know what autism is. Rename RP's stream retarded podcasters. That it's already assumed when all of them are on a show. I mean, we already know that. No offense, not that creative there, Bullsey, but that's what you watch, I guess. If anyone was to watch them all on a show, that's what you're tuning in for, aren't you? Like these individuals, I'm not going to call them people, can't humanize them. Again, skinwalkers aren't human, so I'm clearly not. But yeah, that's what you already get from knowing that they're doing a show. Yeah, they're retarded podcasters. That's why, you got to add a little flavor, and that's why I said payasos and pederasts, which is clowns and pederasts. So I thought, you got to play around with the wording and stuff. Branding is important.
To those of you that
and again, thank you so much for your donation.
That actually have the stomach, the fortitude to listen to their streams, because I couldn't listen to 1 minute of it, much less anything. You're doing God's work, to be able to listen to that crap and record it so that Dave can go ahead and, review the shit.
Well, hold on. We're 1 hour, 33 minutes into this stream, Dave's Drama Diner, episode 121. And I have not played one fucking clip. The rumor has it that apparently I need a show to review. that I can't talk on my. And yeah, you've been on for a while, but I did basically carry the show talking by myself about things that I can easily remember. But Scott's like, no, you got a memory of a goldfish, and yet I can carry on without even needing to review any fucking clips.
Whereas Skunty has revisionist history memory.
Oh, that's
That if it doesn't fit his
especially him. Shout out to Spartan King of Texas in the chat. I made a slip the jab joke earlier. Maybe you caught it, but I thought it was funny. But thank you for joining us. Please continue.
Yeah, with his fucking revisionist history narrative, that you point out something like the one that just pissed me off the most was when that motherfucker, which you talked about a half hour ago, where he admitted he fucked a minor. He said she fucked like a woman. He literally said she fucked like an adult woman.
I
like it was the
don't
best
remember
pussy he
hearing
ever
that,
had.
but that's also very disturbing.
He did say that.
Well, that further justifies my actions. It's not criminal
And
because
for
the law
him-
says so, but
For him to say that and then fucking deny that, number one, she wasn't a minor, changing her fucking age to 16 to 17, and then from him going from 20 to 22 to 24, whatever the fuck. When you lie too much,
hold
you
on.
get caught in your lies.
Okay, no, finish up. I've just got something to say.
I mean, when you lie so much, you get caught up so in doing so that you forget half the shit you're saying. But you have to remember the one thing about internet that will always be true. If it's on the internet, it can be found, and it can be shown to disprove all your fucking lies, because internet's forever, bitch.
All right,
And you
so
can deny it all you want.
Danny in the chat says Scott said in RPs, he ran a train on this girl and her mom this week while discussing COVID. He really does wish he could get laid. Terrible. Yeah, and King Meow Meow says a good point. Some Vice City shit right here. Like a woman, though. As in referencing she fucked like a woman. Yeah. Concerning.
That was disgusting.
Disturbing.
It was disgusting when he said that. That a
But he can-
16-year-old fucked him like a woman.
He can say whatever he want, but I'm not lying about anything, and I'm factually correct. Dave Rose has introduced so many, to me, common fucking words that exist in the English fucking language to this community where you have these people, oh, really? That's a word? I'm going to start using it now, gee golly. And they start using it, replete in their sentences and such. And it's like...
Claiming that they've always done so.
Yes, that's actually I wasn't going to mention that, but yes, that's a very pertinent point. One that I think should be rubbed in their faces. Yes, absolutely. That they act, and I've seen this, experienced this all my fucking life. People just roll with it like, this is always how it's been. Like, why you call me out on it? Because it's false. No, that's just an attack on me. This is the point where their ego's getting in the way and don't want to admit that they are, in fact, taking that from me. And use it. Well, sorry, it's not the issue of taking it from me. Okay, so somebody says something, I say, okay, chances are somebody said it before me. But the bottom line is then claiming that you always use that word and looking down at me and like, oh, Dave Rose, he doesn't have an ample vocabulary. I knew this word, blah, blah. No, see, we've seen through this bullshit so many fucking times. And when they try to pretend to be smart, and I've seen this in my entire life, again, when they try to pretend to be smart and act it out, it just comes out so bad because they're so exposed because they're just showing how ignorant and stupid they are.
Hey, Scunty, by the way, since he was mentioning you people trying to sound smart, just because you talk like you're trying to sound like somebody on the radio and trying to be articulate and what have you does not make you sound smart. It just makes you fake.
Oh,
because we
I
really
need to-
do know how you talk, and you don't talk like that.
I need to add this. Again, thank you, King Meow Meow, for reminding me. This is, again, something else that I heard. There was a lot said in those fucking 5-10 minutes. I could verify this for you guys if YR was to restore this video, but I doubt it. Whatever. Okay. The repetitive nature and such. Scott is trying to equate, I'll just summarize it for people, tries to equate that basically when I say repetition is the sign of a weak mind, and then I play a sound clip, the same song throughout the show, okay, not repetitively, throughout the show to prove a point, laugh, and obviously enrage, that is a hypocrisy of mine because I do this repetitive nature thing. Meanwhile, we have Scott on shows, and this is another video that Wire hasn't restored, but Skunt and Extreme Shaft were on the show. So they're having a discussion, really they're fighting. And Extreme Shaft is trying to say something, and meanwhile, and I can't remember what it was, but let's just say it was what I'm going to say now. It could be, and again, if YR could bring it up again, we could confirm this. But it was, again, a phrase that he was just saying over and over again, just so that everyone else would shut the fuck up. And so while the discussion's going, right, YR, Extreme Shaft, I think Jacob RP, you've got Scott saying, the same thing over and over again just to get people, shutting up. So it was like, I don't know. Again, I can't remember what it was, but it was to shut down the
streams. You played it. It was on one of your
No,
streams.
shut up. What's that?
It was on one of your streams. You played it.
Are you sure?
Yeah, because
did I actually get that?
It might have been like 5 streams ago.
Apologies. I've just been so overjoyed with work that, these things don't come to my mind directly. But regardless, it's like the guy would, again, I just want to try to do an example. It's like, and I was saying, 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 and literally for 2 minutes straight while YR and other people are still talking. They might not hear him fully, but again, everyone starts to realize, this guy's not shutting up. He's saying the same thing. And then everyone shuts up. And then he's like, as I was saying, now it's finally time to talk about. So that's literally what happened on that show with Shaft. So thank you for reminding me. Again, I do so much drama and so many hours of it that it does. I don't say I do so much drama. I used to. But there's no lightweights here. So at least when it comes to me and Latino feet. Oh, I'm so witty. But again, bottom line is there's a lot of stuff to remember. So, I guess Dave isn't that intelligent. Well, just intelligent enough to show that Scott is my inferior, that I'm better than him, and remind everyone that he is a fucking retard because everyone can see this.
It wouldn't even be the fact of you not being intelligent enough or what have you to remember something like that. It's not significant enough for you to remember something like that because he's insignificant. So you wouldn't be faulted for it.
Scott, according to Danny MT, Scott uses every simple word he's never known by learning from Dave. That is true. So Scott's admitting that he has Danielle Bergoli's OnlyFans. Ugh. I'm absolutely sick. Peds can never be cured. Spartan King of Texas says, hey, Dave, I wanted to thank you for the salute for Veterans Day on your last stream. I didn't watch it. I didn't catch you say it live. Sorry. The second screen here is a little far away. And no, I'm not going to increase the font size, people. Stays the way it is.
Because then they're going to say, Grandpappy Dave needs bifocals or some shit.
Well, that's the funny thing is I wore bifocals when I was young, like 5 years old. But afterwards, my eyes just got better. And again, eyes can heal. And if you can exercise them, it actually helps. So acupuncture actually is very good for the eyes as well. But that's
Don't say exercise. You're gonna trigger Stunty. Don't say that word. It's like garlic or.
But again, I just want to go back to Spartan King. Well, I appreciate that. Again, that sort of comment sort of caught me off guard. I mentioned things that are important to me in that sort of regard, but I don't usually expect anyone to even acknowledge that or have it, mean something to them. So I appreciate that you appreciated that, and thank you. So.
Yes, real veterans, not fake ones like Scunty.
Yeah. That's another story altogether. The guy, walked away from, he'll claim all these different things, but he walked away from the military and got, I guess, discharged.
I just
but he didn't serve. He didn't serve the country in war. Again, it's like, how about this? I helped the team win. Says a guy that buys a meal that has a discount because it's featuring a sports team. Meanwhile, that sports team goes on to win, their maximum event, right? That's the same equivalency there.
I just thought of something with that his story about that he was supposed to look after the psychotics or whatever. I could see him going to like his superior officer, like, I don't know what to do. How do you expect me to keep these people calm and stuff? You'll figure it out. And then he goes into the room where they're all at, and he just gets some Vaseline or some shit, some kind of lubricant, and starts fucking jerking them off.
I'm just checking your prostate, man. I'm just checking your prostate.
He does that. Or he'll fucking like have them surround him while he's on his knees and shit bukkake on his fucking face. Oh God, that's disgusting, but it's funny to me. So, yes, I hope he sends you more messages so I can hear him bitch about me some more.
Well, I'm sure that you'll.
Please do.
Again, just anytime that you're on. That's funny though. Is that anytime that you're on my show, you get attacked at this significant amount, and like you'd expect more of that to be going in my direction. Obviously people like Danny MT and other, but you get a significant amount of hate, which I find purely comical. Like, I don't like the way he sounds. His voice sounds weird. It's like, and that's what's triggering you so badly. Like that you're gonna fucking be obsessed with the guy and try to take every opportunity to attack the guy, and because he means so little in your life, you're going to make that much effort and spend that much energy. It doesn't make much sense.
I think I'm overtaking you on the hate train. I don't know. I think I'm overtaking you, man. I think I'm starting to
don't let it go to your britches there, buddy, because that's not even close. But I'm just pointing out, and they'll say they've actually said this in the past. Oh, Dave Rose tries to make Latino heat feel bigger and like try to build them up, blah blah blah. No, I'll call them out on things whenever there's a point that needs to be called out, like the medical. Just today, the medical thing, for example.
Yeah. And we can fucking disagree about stuff, but we can take criticism from each other.
Apparently, Scott says on that stream that I heard a bit, it must have been 10 minutes because all the stuff that I'm talking about, despite the fact that they go fast discussing topics, and I have a really good memory, it had to have been 10 minutes. But yeah, what were you just saying? Fuck.
Said that the two of us can disagree and say shit.
Oh, apparently I can't debate. Apparently I can't debate. According to Scott, I don't have the ability to actually reach logical conclusions, to disprove points using, again, logical points as opposed to logical fallacies. He claims that I move the goalposts and that I project constantly, but we've heard that last one from Scott so often that we really know that it's just him doing it.
Well, Dave, you have to admit, you don't have the expertise that Skunty has when it comes to talking over people while they're trying to make a point,
That is true.
because nobody does it better than him. So he's got you
Yes,
beat there.
correct. Absolutely. Oh, I do have the dirty feet picture. Okay, we're showing this real quickly, and then I'll play it again. No, I just got a donation. I don't know why this picture is in the donations folder. I like this one.
30 feet one?
Yeah, the RP one's in my
That'd be
donations
awesome.
folder, and it should be in my images. No, as in like for OBS here. And there's the other one. I'll have to show that later. But I am getting a donation now, so I've got to acknowledge this one. Let's give you.
Did say he was in shape too? I mean, look at his legs. They're all out of shape and blobbyish looking.
They are
kinda.
blobbyish. That is a good word. Actually, it also exists.
What? He's in shape. Fat.
All right. There can only be one. And obviously, there can only be one Bullseye, who apparently I groomed, according to Skunt. But here is Darth Bullseye's donation. To point this out, you guys talked about how people take words from others. Yet the same people will criticize me for taking Dave's words and phrases. I'm not saying I never learned words from Dave. I said that in the past. However, I'm attacked for simple things for bringing up basic, irrefutable points as they repeat phrases about me like a bunch of Pokemon. Weak bitches. And yes, absolutely, that deserves a... Hold on. An air horn. And I want to address a few things in this. Is that I do find it comical that they will say this, and I don't necessarily believe it. I've said this in the past where, yeah, I'm using phrases, people pick them up, but I didn't originate them. But you were talking about it too. You brought up the fact that people will act like they always use these words and didn't pick them up from me. But he says, yet people will criticize him for it. But I'll add, they won't criticize themselves for starting to use a term that I introduced to the community. Didn't start, but introduced to the community. And now everyone's using it left and right, blah, blah, blah. So, yeah, I mean, there's that. He admits it. These people don't. And, yeah, they do repeat points and phrases like a bunch of Pokemon. I'll take your word for it because I don't know what these Pokemon are, but I'll take your word for it.
Did you read what Danny wrote? That fucking Skunty has his sister's panties tacked onto his wall? What the fuck?
Yeah, Danny, why aren't you calling in? You said you were going to call in. Jared Ford III, thank you for joining us here tonight. Says, got them drawers on the rear view mirror, bye.
He probably sniffs them before he goes to sleep.
It's a funny image. You put it in your mind, a funny image of that occurring. And I mean, maybe the good luck thing is like every time you get in the car, you take a sniff. It's like it's gonna be a good ride. Stay safe on the roads, boys. Or sorry, bye.
I want to know.
Stay safe on the road, bye.
Find out for me, since you know so much about your sister, especially since you have her panties. Find out if she had rejuvenation therapy, and get back to me.
So all these people that are talking in my chat right now in the video, Weed Cottage, they're scared of me, Scott. They're my hostages. Apparently, everyone's like right now. You didn't know. I'm going to admit this live on air. Is I've cloned myself. There's about 1 billion Dave Roses out there. They're really good at disguises. You'll never know until they reveal themselves. But right now, every single person in my chat, there's a clone of Dave Rose with a gun to their head, forcing them not only to be watching, but to enjoy the show and to write in the chat. How about that? Impressive, isn't that? You know what it took to get 1 billion Dave Roses out there? So, yeah, Skype lines are open for anyone else that wishes to call in. Danny, you said you were going to call in, so, yeah, perhaps you should.
What's that syndrome that Patty Hearst was named after, where you are a hostage and that you become sympathetic towards them?
Oh, that's Stockholm
I can't
Syndrome.
remember. Yeah, I suffered Stockholm syndrome, Dave. You've done that to me.
Yeah,
I suffer
yeah.
from it.
Yeah. Apparently, and I've always made this point up, I didn't make it up, I should say, I bring it up, is the fact, and it's available for everyone just to think on their own for it, is that people can make up their own minds. People, and Scott is like basically stated that if you believe what I say, even though I'm retarded, I'm stupid, somehow, I'm brainwashing people, but more importantly, you people, that's right, you people, are too stupid. So now he's better than you, because you people are too stupid to know that Dave Rose is lying, that he's doing this, that he's doing that, and blah, blah, blah. So you people are too stupid, but I am the way, right? He actually does think of himself as a Christ Savior figure. And he's like, no, but you're too stupid, but I'll lead you to the promised land. Dave Rose is an idiot and a retard, and if you follow him, you're the same. But I need you to support me, because I just want some affection. So I'll lead you along the way, because if not, Dave Rose would brainwash you, and since you're too stupid to fight that brainwashing, he's going to have you under his control, and no one will ever disagree with him or say things negatively about him online, and or even on a call with him or on a show with him, like Danny and Dave, or Danny and Mars and Nikki and Ken and all these other people have said to Dave live on air. But no, nobody's ever going to criticize Dave. No one's ever going to debate him. The fuck out of here.
I need a Scunty imitation. I miss it. Come on, call in. Do your Scunty.
Yeah, apparently they don't like Bullsy's impressions either.
That's why I want him to do it, because it's one of the best ones.
I'm not even talking about the numbers either, but yes, RP has 16 viewing, and I have 27. So it could be basically all his viewers who are trolls, and then they're here, the hate watchers. And then I've got my audience.
Yeah, they're watching.
But I guess I'm more captive. LOL, Dave doesn't obey. Excellent. My programming for Spartan King has accomplished itself.
Cult of personality, baby. That's what it comes down to. That's what Scunty wishes he had. Fucker. No one will gravitate towards you except the dredges of the fucking world. And even they probably think you're less of a fucking human being than they are.
What kind of relationship what kind of lasting relationship? If you're just hedonistic, okay. I mean, it is the choice of some people. But if you're looking for a lasting relationship, why would you be on Tinder? Of all places, why would you be on Tinder?
Tinder or Grindr? You sure you got the right one?
Well, the screenshot I saw was Tinder. YR though, I would think maybe he is on Grindr, whatever. Maybe Binder. That would be. Is that the one for the bisexual people? Binder.
There's probably one called Jailhouse Bait, and that's the one he'd be on, because he wants to be fucked like a jailhouse.
One sorry little white boy. Maybe something like that, Oh, shout out to the Dan Kennedy Show. Darth Bosey will call in a minute. Meanwhile, we have heard nothing from Danny, who was chatting up a storm there in the chat, but... See, I told you, Danny's not Dave's real friend, and, he's scared to be on the call and stuff, Well, okay, he called in the other show, but Dave, the clone Dave, the billion Dave, he was there next to him with the gun to the head, and he forced him to call in. Again, that's the only explanation. Like, how is it that all these people are active in my chat that are willing to call in and such? And I mean, am I literally brainwashing people, or do I have a clone out there holding a gun to your head, forcing you not only to watch, but to interact and pretend to be nice? Oh, because if not, Dave is going to say such words, they will hurt my feelings. Well, if they're true, and they hurt your feelings, you've got an emotional issue. If they're true and you say, Dave, you make a good point, I will try to take that advice and move forward. And everything is good. That's called normal relationship. I've talked to, I mean, he doesn't think I've talked to people behind the scenes and I've said to them, because in fact, you know what? Fuck it. It's what I've said to each and every single one of those motherfuckers behind the scenes. It's like, dude, like with Scott, like, dude, maybe you want to hold off on that, like the drinking, or like maybe you want to ease and whatever. Don't go so crazy. With RP, it's like, okay, maybe, you know, you want to accomplish these things, but maybe you want to start off slower. Fuck, all these people that came to me for advice, and Wire sort of lampooned it on his show earlier, but maybe you want to call Dave Rose for that help for your computer. But the bottom line is I've helped even SE Steve out with trying to get his graphics working, OBS, advice, that blah, blah, blah. Giving them custom graphics, all that. I've done that.
Casey, I'm more afraid of Keith going on a drug-induced rampage with minors and possibly like kidnapping a kid and doing shit. Because, I mean, we've seen in the past when he's tweaking or whatever the fuck, how he loses his shit. And yeah, if he does that at the wrong time, especially like that one time where he was at I don't know if it was a carnival or whatever the fuck it was. Yeah.
Yeah.
I fear for kids.
It's odd, but see, that's the thing. I know how to destroy. I know how to create as well. But with Keith, for example, people would ask, how can you get this guy off the internet? I can tell you how. It's very, very fucking easy, especially because this evidence still exists on the internet. And now we welcome the one and only Darth Bullseye.
No, it's Skunty. He must speak as Skunty.
You better stop talking to me. No,
what is Skunty? Holy shit.
Stop it right now. I left our piece out to talk shit to you guys.
Well, okay, yo, Skunty, relax. Skunty, please relax. Don't be so manic. I know that you claim it's passion, but it's basically the damage from the drugs, the alcohol, the stupidity. But just, again, you're not amongst friends. You're not amongst friends, but you're being given the opportunity. So just tone it down a little bit there, Skunt. I know it's hard.
Yeah, why don't you debate Dave while you're on the phone, while you're on the call?
Debate Dave. Are you going to rebut or refute it?
I'm going to rebut, man. I have a butt, unlike you, Dave. My butt is bigger than you. I have a big butt than everybody else in this community. You're just jealous of my big
Do you get butt. That from punching a bag? Getting a butt?
I can't punch a bag anyway. It's just to make me look tough. You're just jealous because you don't look tough like me punching a bag. Yeah.
Well, I don't have to advertise it, Scott. I don't have to fucking put myself on video punching a bag to, again, first of all, cope with your sad little life. And, again, somehow say, if you met me in real life, this would be you, a punching bag that's stationary, that's just big there and just, it's not moving, and it's not certainly fighting back. So he's saying that everyone's a punching bag. Clearly, you know, that no one would fight back, right?
I just need to look good in front of somebody. So you better validate me right now.
Scott, you're fucking up. Like, you're yelling so loud, it's fucking up your connection. We can hardly hear you. Like, it's staticky. You got to be careful, you know, knowing how loud you get when it comes to how badly you damage your microphones, man. So try again. Again, you have clear platform here on the show, but yeah, we're not hearing you that well.
Well, let me see.
Still terrible. Still terrible.
He's got the Trudeau phone.
You're terrible. You groom everybody. I'm supposed to groom.
Okay, that's a little better. Hey,
You better stop
to be
grooming other
fair,
people.
Canada has some very shitty mobile networks, especially where Scott lives. But you don't know where I live, don't I? Do I?
I just want Compton. Like a tough guy, no gang member wants to fuck with me. I'm a really real gang member in the FBI agent army.
Hey, Scunty, how you paying for that vehicle now that you're out of work? Or, excuse me, laid off seasonally?
Well, I wasn't fired.
Yeah,
You
I've
were
heard
fired.
some weird rumors about that. Obviously, I can't confirm that. I just have to call up the company. But yeah, there's odd stuff going around about whether or not there was some sort of sexual harassment charges. And again, I have no idea. I'm just curious about what occurred there.
Well, I was fired. I just quit my job because of the sexual harassment they were all accusing me of. So I quit my job.
So you weren't fired for sexual harassment, right? It was just water cooler talk. That's all it was.
Yeah, I left the job because they kept lying about me. It's a whole conspiracy, I tell you, man. It's a conspiracy to bring me down. Somebody's always out to get me. I swear to God, it was Danny MT.
Because you never do anything wrong.
No, I lie sometimes. But I always admit to my lies. You know. You know, right?
And
Oh,
again,
and by,
go ahead.
did your sister get rejuvenation therapy?
Yeah.
Well, Scott, I mean, to be quite honest, your connection is fucking terrible. It's very difficult to hear you, and I mean, it's probably because you've been yelling into your mic, on these manic rants. You might not be drinking alcohol, but I came to the realization that alcohol was never the problem. You were always this psychotic cunt. And stupid. Especially stupid.
Well, you're stupider.
Stupider.
You're way more stupid than I am. I already proved how much of a retard you are. You see, you have autism.
Yeah,
See?
Dr. Scott, I'm sure I'm going to take your advice. Just simply, no blood tests, no physical assessment. Simply just hearing somebody on the internet, you have the ability to assess that somebody has autism. Now, if anything, obviously I can't say you've got autism. I don't have the tools to be able to claim that, but I can say to you one thing: you're fucking retarded.
No. Well, I got practice from someone. There's something, right?
Yeah, your Trudeau phone really sucks.
Yeah, you might want to call back in. I don't know. Maybe you just want to go euthanize yourself. But maybe you can better your connection if you have anything further to say. But yeah, Scunty, your connection there in Alberta, not the best. Not the best.
Hold on. Is that better?
No,
No.
No.
kind of worse.
Really?
Sounds like you're calling from a jailhouse phone. That's what the fuck it sounds like.
Well, that does kind of sound like where Scott will be probably in a few months, but
Yeah. I don't know what the deal is, but there you go.
oh, see, I told you guys. Not only is Bullsy autistic, but his phone line is too. Oh, I got one on you, Bullsy. Not only you, but your phone line's autistic. Oh, I'm so smart. Oh, I went to vocational school.
I don't know how to make
There,
because it's
now you're sounding a little better. Let's see how long
Yeah.
this lasts for.
all right. It's okay. Let's see it. So 3, 2, 1, testing.
Oh,
Yeah.
now you're sounding great. I don't know what you did. but
Yeah, because it's like,
you took off your tinfoil hat. You're no longer able to be brainwashed by Dave Rose or groomed.
oh well, I am groomed according to Scott McKinnon. I can't think for myself.
Yeah.
So everything Dave says, I agree with. If Dave says Scott McKinnon is a poopy pants, of course I think he's a poopy pants because Dave said it, right? What else do I agree with Dave saying? Oh, I totally agree with Dave Rose. Beating up Latino heat for no reason and calling him a foot fetish motherfucker. Yeah, I'm gonna agree with that.
And big
totally
tittied boy. Shout out to the 31 viewing right now.
Here's the funny thing. I personally don't really care what I'm called at the end of the day because they're gonna say the same things over and over about me. So who cares, right? It's just the way it is. I can no longer really argue with them. I think I know where it's gonna go.
Yeah, you can't argue with a madman and tell him he's insane. It's a simple fact. These people will always be insane. And as such, you could tell them they're sick in the head, but they'll never accept it.
It's just funny because...
Also, hold on, before I continue, how are my clones that are next to you right now holding a gun to your head? Are they okay? Are they well fed? Have you at least fed them a meal before you guys were forced to call into my show?
Well, believe it or not, yes. They actually told me if you don't call in right now, Bullseye, I will fucking shoot you.
That sounds like me.
Call in
Yeah, that sounds like me.
Yeah, they also said, get off work right now. Get off work.
That's right.
If you don't get up...
Neglect your family. Neglect your life.
Yeah.
That is Dave Rose.
Yep.
Yeah, man. I am forced to be here. Oh. Here's the funny part about all this, though. Scott McKinnon, of all people, had the audacity to claim that I am jealous of Scott McKinnon's life because my life is so shit, and he's improved his life. So,
you know what? Even Keith Rabarber would laugh at that, and that's saying a lot.
Okay, let me just start with this.
Keith's not. So, I mean,
Who left the call when we were talking about fighting, Scott or Bullseye? Scott McKinnon, okay? Everybody knows about that because when I brought up fighting to him, he's the one that left because he didn't know how to debate it. If he could debate it, all he would have to do is say, I don't know, not be flat-footed anymore. It would be just that, but he knows he can't fight. He's also said he's taken kickboxing lessons beforehand. But we've all seen his fighting. We all seen his bag punching thing. It is one of the most terrible
poor bag.
punches.
He can't fight back.
He loses to the bag. The bag is getting the upper hand on him just by floating around.
In my super secret Discord, there was a video that was posted just the other day where he said he has ligament damage. I'm assuming that he's just been exerting himself too much with punching the bag. And again, you look at the cuttlefish henderu and the squid arms. There's bad circulation issues. You can definitely tell that. You don't need to be a doctor. This could happen to you, and you see your inflamed arms, and you're like, I think I need to go to a fucking doctor. Like, this guy clearly super exerting himself, getting real mad and emotional with that punching bag that never did anything to him. He's hurt himself. He's hurt himself not knowing A, how to fight, B, how to at least protect his body. If you want to work out punching bag, great. But know your body and know how much you can exert without fucking straining yourself. Like, this should be common sense.
That motherfucker needs a Jaws of Life to take those rubber bands off his wrist.
Well, yeah. let me say something about that. If he's having problem overexerting himself in that punching bag, because all he's really doing, and all I see him doing is punching a bag. Let me tell you something. That is the easiest thing to do when it comes to training boxing. Anybody can go up to a bag and punch it. It doesn't take effort. It doesn't take any sort of skill, right? I'm not saying you can't be skilled punching a bag, but anybody can go up to a bag and just throw a fucking haymaker.
Some scunty.
Yeah. So for skunks,
Yeah, a stationary target is very easy to dominate, apparently. Who knew that? Oh, ho, ho.
yeah, this is what I'm saying though. There's a video you guys, well, at least one person posted in the super secret Discord. I watch it and I'm seeing him do head movement. What are you moving your head for? You're punching a bag. What you're supposed to do is be consistently punching it. You're not. Why are you moving your head?
Ouch. Ouch. A guy that's fucking at least 15 years younger than Skunt actually saying something that shows that he knows how to fucking fight. And let's not forget that this guy Bullseye has won wrestling. This guy, he'll lock you up and maybe he'll suplex you on your fucking neck, or maybe he'll fucking, tie you up and make you submit. But he knows clearly from what he's talking about combat.
Yeah, so
Double underhook.
it's about fitness, though. Since the guy apparently has limb damage or something, whatever you call it.
Brain damage. He's got brain
Funny for
damage.
too much to fucking goalie chick's fucking OnlyFans.
I don't know. There's one video where he punches his own face, and probably that's what did it. So,
Oh, you did?
yeah.
But it bounced off the bag and back at him?
No, literally, there's a video of him punching his own fists. Then he accidentally hits his own face.
Ouch.
I'm about to fuck something up.
And all you hear is just like that.
He would be so fucking stupid as to do something like that.
So this is kind of weird,
Oh.
guys. So Jacob RP still having his podcast only for viewing apparently, and YR has now gone live and he's doing community drama narrative benders #Thanksgiving, and there's 5 people watching, but these guys have a fucking little tryst, and they get into fights like every day almost, right? These guys are fucking constantly, saying, "Oh, I love you, I love you, I love you too," and then they get into fights, and then they'll do this, like airing at the same time, and I don't even know if they're simulcasting, but we've seen this before where one of them gets pissed and they'll do another show to like try to, I'll show you, I'll take your viewers, blah, blah, blah. Regardless, we're running this show here based on memory. Not one fucking clip. And I could have fucking reviewed a bunch of different things, but not one fucking clip has been played on this show today. And we have been going on for 2 hours and 16 minutes. So
Okay.
I think that says a fair bit.
Very little dead air. Very little dead air. Remember that too.
But speaking of that, Dave Rose talks about every little clip. Let's even go further back when RP claimed he wanted to be a pillar. Let's even go further back.
I think he even claimed to be one.
Yeah, he wanted to be a pillar at the time, and he was actually really just arguing with everybody because that's the time when you and him got in an argument about competition. Because that really meant he was like, hey, why are you asking me? I don't know. Something like that.
See, this is what I talk about. Dave Rose, he embarrassed me. He like, it's not fun to be on Dave Rose call because he points these things out that are, what are they called? Like reality? That's what it's called, right? Yeah, reality. He points the reality out, and it makes me feel bad inside. Makes my small pee-pee feel, like, really bad, too. But, like, I just feel so sad. I feel so sad because Dave Rose, he just points things out. He calls me out on my shit, and I look terrible for even trying to put an argument up.
But he also like such a stupid fuck. Like, it's like...
I don't think he thinks it...
into
I don't think he thinks it through that far there, Latino Heat.
But the thing is, it's like he goes to it's like going to a fucking burger place, saying I want a hamburger, and there's toppings, so they're waiting for you to tell them what fucking toppings you want, and he'll just be like, "What do you mean? You want a hamburger? What do you want on it? What do you mean?
That's funny.
What do you mean? What do I want on it? He's a fucking moron."
Yeah, that's funny, Latino, because once, and I think Dave knows about this, once upon a time I actually asked RP, what does he think autism is? He sits there and goes, sad.
Sad?
Sad. Literally, that's all he says. Sad. But what does that mean, RP? Why are you asking me? I don't know. Because at the time he was claiming Ken is almost autistic. So
I wanna hear people stop talking about autism as if they're an authority, unless they can show proof that they're a geneticist. To me, okay, I don't care what.
Crazy.
Again, other people can be stupid and fucking just take the words of somebody who went vocational school. But somebody like me, Dave Rose, he examines the science. And if you have the credentials and you're not compromised by Big Pharma, I'll listen to you and still make up my own mind.
See, let me ask you, because
It's
as
called
far as I
freedom
understand it,
of consciousness. Or
autism
conscience.
is
Sorry,
not a
my bad.
behavior.
It's called freedom of conscience here of Canada. But basically, I can't remember what it in the American Constitution what it's referred to. But basically, everyone has the right to think and feel how they want. Freedom of conscience here in Canada. In fact, I remember one time I did a tweet and I was responding to some guy about some sort of draconian governmental rule. And I said, well, I've got, the Canadian Charter of Rights and Freedoms says that that's sort of like we have a constitution, but this is, I guess, the amendments, just confirmation of certain rights. We have freedom of conscience. And that is to be able to decide whether or not I take a jab, if I accept certain things, if I'm willing to deal with certain others. And this guy scoffed, and I thought it was hilarious because this is the type of mentality that these organic portals, NPCs, as I've always identified them, are. And Scott is an organic portal. He has no soul. He has no soul inside. He literally is, again, he looks human. His construct, again, in this dimension is of human form, but there is no soul in there. No soul. And again, I will eventually do my Darkest Realms show on organic portals. People have been asking for that for ages. And Scott mentioned this the other day on the stream earlier that he did with YR and RP. Oh, fuck. Now I'm losing my train of thought. Oh, yeah. Dave Rose works on his own schedule. Yeah, I do. And again, these shows need to be visual as well, so I have to get either articles, references, sources, just images, photos of these situations to be able to present to people, and that takes time to do a good show, like it did when I was doing these shows back in the past. But drama's easy for me because I'm good at it. So don't hate the player, hate the game. Just because, again, I jump online and I go for fucking, how long have I been going on for? 2 hours and 22 minutes without playing one goddamn clip. I think that speaks a lot about my abilities. And also that I don't have a goldfish memory like Scott does.
Dave, let me ask Bullseye real quick. As far as I understand with autism, it's not a behavior as much as it is a condition. Correct?
It really is not a behavior.
It's a condition.
So this is the funny thing I hear Scott say. And apparently he thinks autism is correlated to schizophrenia. From my understanding of what he's been saying.
You're autism because you don't understand reality.
The case that he's the most autistic person in the fucking world.
Yeah, no one who disagrees with Scott apparently understands reality. They're also brainwashed, and I'm potentially their puppet master and or groomer.
Wasn't it stated that at one point that Skunty was trying to groom you, Bullseye?
No,
this is funny because
I've been joking about that. Literally, I don't know what kind of drugs you're smoking, but yeah, I've been lampooning that for a while, even after Bullseye got on. But yeah, apparently I groomed Bullseye. And
but
that may
somebody
be
said-
the reason why he's used words that I do. I never groomed all these other people that, again, will criticize Bullseye about using words that I've used, but again, that I didn't create, common terms, and they use those, but they won't criticize themselves and acknowledge that they're only using it because I introduced it to them. Very
It's funny
hypocritical.
because, yeah, I'm going to say this. I say I learn words from Dave. I never actually go around using Dave Rose words or phrases. That's what people actually think. Everything
But you
hear
sound
from
like
me,
Dave Rose. No, he doesn't. I don't understand how anyone can think that A, he literally sounds like me, B, that he even uses the same phrasing as I do. He's not a robot who's been reprogrammed to just speak like Dave Rose does. It's so stupid.
Because they're too stupid to actually state what they're trying to say correctly, which is that because we agree with you at times, we're just like you.
Well,
That's
no, hold
what
on.
they wanna
Hey.
like.
Let's just be honest. The only reason why you agree with me is that you're all my hostages. It's impossible that anybody of normal mind would apparently agree with some robotic guy who doesn't know how to do things in real life despite being twice their age. But no, you're all brainwashed, and I've got the clones out there holding guns to your head, forcing you to interact with me. This is their literal mentality.
I'm gonna go off of that. And listen, as a person being held hostage against my own will to be here to talk to Dave Rose, who agrees with everything he says, so I'm a groomed person. I'm groomed as I am a hostage, I guess.
This guy's made videos about me actually saying, no, Dave Rose is wrong for these fucking reasons. In fact, Scott and Wire and all this were right in these points. He's done videos of that. Go back to his fucking channel and listen to them. And he's not the only one. Oh, nobody agrees with Dave. Nobody criticizes Dave Rose. Nobody calls him out. Nobody, says anything about it. They're all under his spell. Skunt, you're a fucking retard. Go euthanize yourself.
You know, the funny thing is, I think they just expect me to fight with you. There was a certain point in time they just wanted me to fight you, Dave.
No, everyone is expected to fight with me because I'm the bad guy and everyone else should be listening to these guys. So, if you're normal, everyone would fight with Dave Rose. Why isn't everyone fighting with Dave Rose? They must be not normal. They're all brainwashed, man. They're all autistic. That is their thought.
Dave is the Antichrist. Dave is the Antichrist.
I'm evil, apparently, after what Scott did. Again, all these years of proof. After what Scott did, you can't compare that to me. So, if anything, he's the evil one, not me. And I've said this in the past, but he'll try to claim that I'm evil. No, Scott, you're the demon. You're the organic portal that gets essentially possessed by these evil demons. And because, again, you don't have a soul in the first place, it's just easy for these demons to come right through your body, possess you. You do these evil things, and then, another demon comes in and possesses you. This is the life of the organic portal, which I will be discussing on Darker Things, or Darkest
He's
Realms.
Satan's favorite son. That's what the hell he is. Satan's favorite son.
Can I just bring up...
Not too far off.
This is... to bring up something like a few years back where Scott McKinnon apparently made a video about me where he was just saying Bullseye, my internet name, over and over like a Satanist. Going,
Oh, you mean repetition is a sign of a weak mind? Yes.
said that my name repeatedly, and I'm like, who is this fucking guy? Like, what?
Well, you were in Dave Rose's chat, which means I'm gonna fucking kill your family, man. That is his, fantasy.
That is the most ridiculous thing I ever heard him say, though, that just because someone is in your fucking chat, that they're automatically an enemy. And that he's going to do everything
Because
to
apparently
expose
I'm
those
endorsing,
people.
you're endorsing me by being in there.
Because you're watching fucking...
Does that include the hate watchers too, or just the ones that pop in the chat?
I suppose. I don't know. The guy has a weird mentality. Fight with anybody
That's an
and
understatement.
wonder why people fight with him. So I don't get it. I can't understand him. So here's my basic idea of who Scott McKinnon is as a retarded psychopath.
I don't know what I'm doing, but fuck everybody that's fighting with me.
Yeah, that basically.
Yep, that's the best. He doesn't know what he's doing. He just makes videos and does dumb shit. And apparently okay. There was videos of him playing rap music and doing this escaping the Matrix bullshit. So I'm guessing he thinks he's Andrew Tate the third or something.
Yeah, please.
I don't even know.
So apparently he's this red pillar guy who's gonna help all these people escape the Matrix and then become Neo, and he's gonna fight the system or something with his small little channel of Novia. Okay.
Mhm.
On a
He's the
platform,
savior that nobody or nobody wanted.
yeah, but it's what everybody gets.
Pathetic, Skunty. Fucking pathetic.
And we know that, and it's funny is that he's so predictable. He projects so constantly. It is predictable. But again, something like me just streaming, he'll make a manic amount of videos responding.
Yep.
And again, if you recall about the situation, you'd be able to succinctly do it in one video, but he'll make a bunch of different videos. And very often, again, goldfish mentality. He'll be watching a clip. He'll make a video about it. I guess pause the original stream, go back, listen to more, pause it, address that, and then continue. And this is how you get these fucking 26 videos in a 24-hour stream, which is more than 1 hour. And you see the manic nature that is Skunt. How insecure he is and how little control he has over his life with and this is something that he mentioned about my viewers is that they have so little control in their lives that they're watching Dave. I don't understand the logic there, but regardless is that he's just projecting again, and he's so pathetic too. I mean, it's so easy to see what he's saying because of how he's saying it. Again, what he says is projection constantly. And then he'll try to label that on other people. This is what fucking communists do.
Dave, is he still making the videos like after he thinks you're asleep, and then he starts doing like 30 videos? Is he still doing that?
He'll do videos while I'm live, and I'm getting clips from it. I'm getting fucking links to it. So.
Because I remember he was doing that for a while.
But I don't watch all his videos though, and I really, again, I can make one video. Which is too long for him to watch. It's too long for me to watch. It's just like, how can you do this to me, Dave? And it's just like, no, I don't need to fucking make 28 videos in fucking a span of 24 hours. I can make one video, nice and long, entertaining for the people. And if you're so obsessed with me, you'll probably watch it and get fucking steamed, and then at every point stop it. He tried to claim that this is what I do. He'll stop it and then fucking criticize it and say, and he'll make his own little manic videos and then just do again an excessive number of them.
Yeah, and those weird like fucking zoom out and zoom ins and fucking shaky shit. Whatever the fuck thing he does when he makes his videos.
Put inspirational quotes by MLK on, and again, play culturally appropriated rap music, shitty rap music at that, and somehow think that this is scoring a point. Like, look at me, I made this video like this inspirational quote says not to care what anyone says, despite the fact that I'm addressing this to you, and I feel inadequate. But, like, the next time I get and I see you live or say anything, or fuck it, not even then, I'm still gonna fucking say shit about you. So, again, he's always projecting, and it's very clear as day that this is just an attempt to cope. That really is what it is.
Yeah, he got fired from his job, the same job he claimed to make 6 figures on, and showed a fake paycheck that was clearly what was written. You can't even write numbers properly, right? his math is so off because I swear to God, he claims his gross income is his income, which would actually not be his.
They were
income. It
talking
would
shit
be
about that earlier, and even RP was laughing. He's like, "Oh, they were analyzing your paycheck and stuff." Well, first of all,
Yeah.
who was asking Scott to show his paycheck or
He
his
showed it him.
pay statement, whatever? And okay, so he ends up showing it, and it gets disproved, or things are brought up and asked about. Again, he said earlier, "Oh well, Dave Rose doesn't even know about pensions. I get CPP, man." Well, where was it listed there in the images that Bullseye showed? It wasn't. That's the thing. And all this other, the healthcare and such that you've got to subscribe to when you're a contractual contractual worker, seasonal, I guess, for the dumbed down. But where was that? It wasn't listed there. So again, Bullseye raises good points. You can claim what you want there. Oh, people are analyzing paychecks. Well, first of all, you put it up there. So you must have been expecting for it to be analyzed, right? Or did you not want that much scrutiny on something that maybe you didn't think too far through? So there's that.
This is a funny thing because Scott McKinnon actually made a video trying to say, well, one of the 4,000 compared to 97,000 was my weekly income, and the 7 months was the 97,000. So that's what he said for 4,000 was his weekly income, and somehow he only made 97,000 in about 7 months. First of all, his math is way fucking off. You know how many weeks are in 7 months? It's 30. 30.
Well, I don't think math is a strong point, but I don't think, again, anything academic is strong point. Again, a point I've tried to point out when it comes to the fact that he'll claim to be intelligent, but he's not an intellectual, and certainly never valued academics or anything to essentially put himself above others. I was working for Procter & Gamble at 18. Right out of the gate.
And,
See, the Latino Heat was asking about this. Is like straight out of high school, I already had my game plan. I was already gearing myself up to this IT work because I was fucking, and I still am fucking amazing at it. And I got myself a job, not even going to college. I got myself a job working with Procter & Gamble, a Fortune 500 company, working in the IT department. Okay, that's not small. What's small beans? What do you guys say? What do the kids say these days? I don't know. But that says a lot. I bought my parents each a car 2 times when things were good. The IT industry changed a lot from when I got into it to today. Now you have somebody on the phone or running some sort of tech company that can't even speak the language where they're supposed to offer service. But because they undercut the actual good people, it's quite challenging. But these individuals wouldn't understand that sort of thing. I've run my own businesses, not just actual IT services, but graphic design and graphic production. I don't toot my own horn for that because I don't need to. Again, these people have, even Scott has never done intellectual work that has combined with other work to create something that is sustainable.
Okay, before I go, I'm going to say this about the pay stub or whatever. Could I just ask one question? Why does the top say, changed, please send to your labor advisor? Why would you need to send your check to your labor advisor?
That is a good question. I don't think there was an answer provided for that. Maybe Scott will go on some rant tonight and put out the answer to that question. But yes, Bullseye has a point there. Why does it have to be sent for that?
That's something to do with maybe having his wages garnished, perhaps.
Yeah, and another one. The fact that notice, like, there's a
Interesting
comma
theory.
between every number, which is supposed to be a decimal point.
Well,
So
that
you-
is sort of more commonly found in French companies, because the way that French and other Latin countries display money is through the use of a comma. So
Well,
could be working for a
that's-
French company.
so I guess he's working for a Latin company in France while in Canada.
No, well, don't forget, Canada has Quebec, and Quebec is a French province. So in Quebec, they do that. They use commas for, displaying currency or an
Yeah, but if
amount
he's
in
working-
currency.
If he was working for a company like that, wouldn't they tolerate his sexual harassment?
Well, they're
that he
French,
does?
so
Yeah, I would think they would think that's normal, and probably reward him for it.
Yeah. So on that note, he's obviously wrote it. I already showed proof that he's actually wrote it. There's literally a typing mark. He literally typed it on his phone, clearly. And keep in mind, his weekly gross and apparently 7-month gross is not listed under rates. Meanwhile, rates is in its own column. So,
Ballsy, he's gonna go after you now, just so you know.
he can bitch all he wants. He knows I'm right.
You're an autist.
Okay.
He's gonna do videos. Yeah.
Does that mean I'm wrong, sir?
You're obsessed.
Okay. Am I wrong?
Stop stalking
What's stalking to you?
me.
He's gonna cry about it. Can tell his whatever. He's gonna tell Weed Cottage on me or something.
oh, you must be
I'm-
shaking.
How much you want to bet he'll call you Dent Head in one of the fucking videos that he does?
Oh, how am I gonna ever recover? Oh
Yes.
no! Then-
Come to Canada, get euthanized. You can never recover from that statement. Just like Ken never heard that somebody called him fat. How could he ever go on?
I know, it's such an original.
How about this one, Scott? There's a tombstone on my head with your name on it. You're gonna be in that gravestone, buddy. Done.
He's threatened me, man. He's threatened me. Anyways, I think your departure is a good time to wrap up the show. We've been going on for close to 3 hours, 2 hours and 42 minutes. Looks like. So 2 hours. 40...
What are you doing us tomorrow or Friday?
What's that?
Holiday. Are you gonna do any other shows either tomorrow or Friday?
I don't have
just
those
the
days off. It's fucking not Thanksgiving here.
Oh yeah, that's right. You guys have Thanksgiving November or
In October.
October or something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I will not be doing any shows. Not that I plan to, but I don't know. Again, I plan tonight to just simply have an actual chill hangout, talk about a few things in life, talk about what's going on in the news. But hey, these guys wanted to be disproved and humiliated, as only Dave Rose can do, and I said, I agree to your terms. So that's why we're here, and I had a great time. I appreciate the donations from everyone, and I certainly showed that nobody does it better than Dave Rose, because I didn't even play one goddamn clip on this show, and yet it is entertaining as fuck, and it's got huge replay value.
And I will say this, I appreciate your taking my call so that I can agree with you and basically push your narrative.
Excellent.
Because that's what
my clone is doing a good job.
So it's my pleasure to do so for you. Anytime you need me to agree with you on anything, just let me know and I'll be more than happy to do so.
Sounds great, my groomed apprentice.
All right, man. I will talk to you another time. Adios.
Thank you for calling Latino Heat. And it looks like Bullseye also dropped off the call without giving himself an outro. I would have given you one. It's unfortunate you left. But thank you for joining us, Bullseye. do appreciate your time here today, and you made some really good points. So, on that note, I mean, I could continue to go, but I am hungry. Gotta make some dinner. And not some fucking faggoty sort of dinner or anything where it's not meat and not anything that a man would eat. Gonna make something meaty tonight. So, and maybe you'll see a picture of that on Instagram, as I do like to put my wares on there. And that's a hobby, right? Apparently I don't share my hobbies, Scunty. But that's a hobby. And I certainly do enjoy baking, cooking, and creating, which these faggots don't seem to know anything of. On that note, I'm Devious Dave Rose, and as you know, we shall see you next time.